When you're not happy with your smile, you feel down. When you feel down, you stay in bed. When you stay in bed, you miss deadlines. When you miss deadlines, a lot of kids are upset. Don't upset a lot of kids. Love your smile. Call White, Greer, and Maggard today.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
Hi, I'm Lee, and I'm happy with my smile.
And I'm Other Lee, and I ain't happy with my smile.
I went to White, Greer, and Maggard, and they fixed my smile for me.
And I never smile, and that's why I'm having some alone time here at dinner.
I love that I can go to White, Greer, and Maggard with all my questions.
And I love that I don't have to brush my teeth at night.
Don't be like this, me. Go to White, Greer, and Maggard for a picture-perfect smile.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
All S, all P, all O, R T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I'm not loving my smile. I should have got braces when I was a kid. I want my teeth to be straight.
Dude, go to White, Greer, and Maggard. So, I see you took my advice. Better?
Oh, better.
You're not you when your teeth aren't straight. Get started at White, Greer, and Maggard today.
Yet you see the big L out there here for regional playoff championship action for the regional final. Gary Ball with Coach Mike Meehan tonight. William Moorfield producing here on PrepSpin. Thanks for watching tonight up there in Independence. Looking over the way, Simon Kenton brought a nice crowd here, Coach. Not a full stands over there along the way, but a nice crowd over there for Simon Kenton.
They always do. We talked about that before the game. They like to bring the people, and they like to bring the heat.
They bring the heat, Coach, and I tell you what, in this game, we've got two of the best quarterbacks in the state of Kentucky. Talking about Cam Rackey of Simon Kenton. The young man has put up some good numbers this year, rushing and throwing. But look at when you look at Walker Wood, he won the Paul Horning Award. He's going to be honored for that on the 20th in Louisville. He's one of the finalists for Mr. Football, which I think he'll probably win hands down. Walker Wood has thrown for 23 touchdowns, Coach, 2,500 yards. He's also rushed for over 1,000 yards and 23 touchdowns. Matter of fact, Lafayette has two 1,000-yard rushers on their team when you look at Walker Wood, the quarterback, and Cameron Morgan, who's really emerged the last 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, we've watched Walker Wood develop. You've known him for years. Tremendous quarterback. And what I like about him, he's a thinker also. Right. He's a thinker. He knows what's going on in that offense. He can see the defense, and he knows what he's looking for.
When you say thinker, Coach, you're exactly right, because his football IQ is off the charts. But when you look at what he does in certain situations, Coach, last year they trailed 28-14 at halftime, and all Walker Wood did was instrument the Lafayette Generals to a 42-28 win last year against this Simon Kenton team. Simon Kenton won 2 years ago in the regional playoff game. They won by a touchdown. So these two teams have split. Walker Wood has started since he was a freshman. Cam Rackey, the quarterback for Simon Kenton, has started since he was a sophomore. So you got two very experienced quarterbacks in this game here tonight.
And that makes a difference in the playoffs. It really, really does. And we'll be interested in watching those quarterbacks, but there's other players on these football teams.
Coach has got his eye on the captains. We're going to find out the coin toss. Simon Kenton's offensive unit will be Sam Holt, the big center. It'll be Noah Turner to guard with Brandon Duell, and the tackles will be Trevor Robertson and Mitchell Crichton-Weiss. The wideouts will be Paul Crichton-Weiss, Fisher Hayden, Sam Murray. Quarterback Cam Rackey, we've already referenced him. Running back will be Dylan Hampton. Hampton, a senior, has rushed for nearly 800 yards and 14 touchdowns. But the guy you got to watch, the deep threat, Coach, for this Pioneer team is Luke Vance. He's 6'1", 180, a senior. 33 catches, 800 yards, Coach. But listen to this. Of those 33 catches, 13 he's taken to the house for a touchdown.
That's an amazing statistic. Amazing statistic. Gary, Simon Kenton won the toss and deferred. Lafayette will receive.
So it'll be the Pioneer defense. The Lafayette offense will have Will Bischoff, the big senior, at center. Dejan Thomas, Austin Miller at the guards. You have Braden Caudill and Jedrick Wills at the tackles. Alex Simpson, of course, out injured. Matthew Guilfoyle will be a wide receiver. I look for Guilfoyle to be a big factor in this game tonight, Coach.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. I'm sure they're going to try to get the ball to him. Boy, I tell you what, we're seeing matchups all along these two football teams, though.
Wideouts, Quentin Brown, Zach Sherman for Lafayette. The quarterback, of course, Walker Wood, the Paul Horning Award winner for the best quarterback in the state of Kentucky, best skill man. And the running back will be Cameron Morgan, the junior. Morgan has rushed for over 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. Daquan Edwards. And, Coach, big games going on all over the city tonight, and they're all right here in our backyard. Right down the street here at Lexington Catholic, about a mile away. The Knights are entertaining a very good Louisville Central team. Then if you're going down Clays Mill, hang a left on Reynolds Road, Lexington Christian Academy is hosting Danville. You and I did that first Danville LCA game.
Man.
It was a barn burner.
That was a barn burner, 42-40, and it could be the same thing again. Gary, before this game starts, I know we're talking a lot about these offensive gurus and these monster quarterbacks.
Yes, sir.
But you gave me some stats about some linebackers.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to talk about them right now. Brian Carter.
Wow.
Brian Carter for SK has 141 tackles. Marquis Ritter has 82 tackles. Elijah Jackson, 79 tackles. And Gavin Ball is also the number 4 tackle on the team. They average, they're along that linebacker, 364 tackles. Teeing it up for Simon Kenton is their outstanding kicker, Christian Seeger. And the defensive tackles are J.J. Courtney, Tanner Mueller, Drew Pompilio. And then in the secondary, Trent Kincaid, Casey Mitchell, Jaron Cooper, and Book. Let's see. So kicking off Seeger and back deep, Coach, we got, looks like Cameron Morgan back there. Here's the short kick. Taken up to the 30-yard line, dancing up to the 35. And, boy, nice run up near the 40-yard line there by the return man. And it was Cooper who had the football, and boy, Cooper did a nice job dancing his way up to the 39-yard line.
He did a nice job of fielding the ball, too, because it got through the up man's hands and bounced right to him. He picked it up and got pretty good yardage. Now we're going to see some good football right now. Let's see how Lafayette lines up with their philosophy as they start up this thing.
Just underway, and the first possession will be for Lafayette, and the Generals got a good kick return there by Cooper. We'll see what Walker Wood calls here on his first play. The offensive quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Kentucky. He's got twin receivers out to the top, and to the bottom is going to be speedster Edwards. And here's a handoff to Morgan, bouncing it outside. Morgan to 40, looking for a block. Stiff arms a man, run out, and there to run him out of bounds is Kincaid. And Trent Kincaid, the senior, ran him out of bounds, but a nice pickup there of about 5 yards for Cameron Morgan. As I said, Coach, he's really emerged as a big-time back here for Lafayette in these last several games.
That's a good gain on first down. He bounced it outside, and Kincaid, you're right, Kincaid pinned him against the sideline to make the tackle.
2nd down and 5 up near the 44-yard line for the Generals. They're in the gray tonight. Simon Kenton in the white with the blue. Easy to see those numbers, Coach. Here is Wood. Fumbles the ball, trying to get back on it as he dropped it as he was trying to pass it out to the far side. We had Carter, the linebacker, in there. Well, that's a good job there by Walker to retain possession of that football.
It looked to me like he bumped it against his leg when he tried to turn. It was one of those things where it was a grip and rip screen where he just catches the ball, doesn't look for the strings, just turns and throws it quickly. It looked like he bumped against his leg and fell out of his hands.
Lost it, yeah.
Simon Kenton's in a 3-4 look. They are playing pass defense right now. They have a cover 2 look. Yeah, cover 2 look with both safeties all close to the middle of the field. Outside's open.
They've got to get up near midfield. There's Walker Wood back, fires down the middle of the field. Receiver there makes a catch down to the 35-yard line. Great catch by who else? QB Quentin Brown. Yeah, what a catch. And, Coach, that is a 30-yard pickup.
That was a really nice job. He stepped inside of the defender. Actually, the defender, again, that was Kincaid, had really good position on him, Gary, but he stepped inside of him to make the catch.
Quentin Brown is a freak athlete, Coach, a freak athlete. What, he went up and caught that one, didn't he?
He did. That was awesome.
So first down to the 35 of the Pioneers. I like to be called the Nears. Morgan gets a handoff up the gut, and Morgan down to the 30, and Cameron Morgan down to the 30. Nice 5-yard pickup. He did that. Let's see who gets up off that pile there for the Pioneers. One of the 98, big Drew Pompilio, big 209. Well, you like this Pompilio kid, Coach. You noticed him in the warm-ups.
I did. I noticed him in the warm-ups. He looks like he's a presence out there for sure. Big Jedrick Wills just knocked his man down 10 yards down the field.
Of course, he made the commitment to Alabama earlier this week on his Twitter page. Twins to the top. Walker Wood's going to tuck it. Walker cuts it back inside, and Woods got the first down to the 24-yard line. Finally tackled there by Jaron Cooper, the strong safety. And also Elijah Jackson, the number 3 tackle on the team, helped out as well, but not before W squared. Walker Wood got the first down to the 23.
Elijah Jackson, he stepped inside to make the tackle after a 5-yard gain or so. But let me tell you something. What they're doing right now defensively is they're playing the outside. They look like they're definitely not going to let Lafayette get outside them.
Twins out to the top for the Generals. Here comes a blitz. Morgan's got the handoff, cuts it up the middle. Morgan out to the far side to 10. Morgan down near the 5-yard line. Finally tackled there by Elijah Jackson. Elijah Jackson saved the touchdown. Otherwise, Cameron Morgan's going to be doing the Morgan dance in the end zone.
Will Bischoff, Alex Simpson, Jedrick Wills, all those guys inside. Dejon Thomas and Austin Miller opened a nice hole for him to score through.
Coach, nice 17-yard pickup there for Cameron Morgan. So Morgan now doing a great job running the football for the Generals. They have first and goal at about the 6 now on the opening drive.
This defense.
And SK's linebackers backing up a little bit. Wood looking, passing over to the far side, and it's off the fingertips on the far side, intended for Daquan Edwards over there. Edwards came back for that Walker Woods pass. Kind of threw it behind him, hoping he'd come back and get it, Coach, but it went off his fingertips, incomplete. That stops the clock, 9-10 in a scoreless first quarter.
I think that surprised Walker Wood and the Lafayette coaching staff. They're playing press man on the outside. Not a lot of respect for Lafayette receivers. They're right up in their face playing press man.
How important would it be for the Generals to score on this opening drive, Coach Meehan?
It'd be awesome. And, I mean, look, it's 2nd down and goal.
2nd and goal for Walker Wood. Morgan is to his right. Morgan gets a block. Walker trying to bounce it outside. He runs it in, touchdown.
Yeah, see.
Walker Wood, 6-yard touchdown. His 24th rushing touchdown of this 2016 campaign. The UK commitment, Walker Wood, a Paul Horning Award winner already and a front runner for Mr. Football, has just run it in, and the Generals take an early lead. And, Coach, let's go back to that possession where Walker Wood actually fumbled the ball and was able to jump back on it. How big was that?
That was big, and the touchdown was big. Basically what we saw was that Simon Kenton, the Pioneers, decided to play a press man defense. And when you play man-to-man that tight across the field, nobody's in charge of the quarterback.
Sutton Averett
danced right through there.
Sutton Averett in for the extra point to put the Generals up 7-0 against this good Simon Kenton team. Averett has been outstanding this year. Placement up, kick is up, and it is good. So Lafayette takes the opening drive, 61 yards, capped off by Walker Wood, 6-yard TD run, Coach, and they lead at 7-0 here with 9:05 to go. Great start for the Lafayette Generals.
Great start for the Lafayette Generals and a great start for a playoff football game. Now we get to see the big boys from Independence, Kentucky.
Independence,
right? See
Kentucky.
How they handle it. Is this a Mingy beef jerky game?
It's a Mingy beef jerky game, and absolutely we'll give out the Mingy beef jerky to the winning coach after the game. Also want to tell you about Rafferty's Restaurants. Well, you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best soup and sandwich, Coach, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after all my games. Rafferty's Restaurants. I had dinner over there Wednesday night with Rick Panel after the Scholastic Ball Report and met Mark, the new partner over there. What a outstanding man he is, the new managing partner at Rafferty's. Rafferty's Restaurants, Coach, where the special is always you. We got folks watching from all over. We'll give you some shout-outs here in a moment. Here's the Averett kick to Simon Kenton. They have Vance back deep and also Murray. Murray's to the near side. Short kick taken by the up man up at the 30, dancing 35, 37-yard line. And both teams kicking it short here to start the game on that return there by Tanner Green.
Well,
Tanner Green.
I don't think, Gary, I don't believe with the wind blowing it the way it is. Well, right now it's kind of still, but, you're not going to kick the ball in the end zone when you're going left to right.
And Cooper made the stop there for the Lafayette kicking team on the return there by Tanner Green, the senior for the Pioneers. 7-0.
Quarterback out now. See this guy.
Cam Rackey, the senior, started since his sophomore campaign. He's got some great receivers led by Vance. He's got twins both sides. He fakes to Hampton, keeps it up to the 40. Quarterback wrap, and Cam Rackey takes it all the way down to the 46-yard line. Big time 16-yard pickup. Everybody in the building, including me, thought Dylan Hampton had the football, number 25, and Cam Rackey kept it himself.
Yeah, that was a nice fake out there, and you're right. It was a really good job of running.
Blitz, Rackey fires left side. It's caught, and receiver breaks a tackle. He's down to the 30. That's Hayden. Hayden the 10. He's going to take it to the house. Touchdown. Hayden, he broke a tackle up at the 40, spun around, and he was gone. So Fisher Hayden with the reception from Cam Rackey. That's his 9th touchdown catch of the year. And with the extra point here, Simon Kenton can tie this game up with 8:41 in the first quarter. That didn't take long.
No, it didn't take long at all. Basically what they did was they threw the quick hitch out there. And you're right, the general defender was right there to make the tackle. But he slipped the tackle, and that was it. He was gone.
Rackey. We've got the old swing. Rackey's going to roll it to the right and go for 2. Rackey looking, and he's going to throw it in the back of the end zone. And did he go? Yeah, he went out of bounds and came back, so it will not count. He caught the ball in the back of the end zone. The receiver did.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, was Paul Kreidenweiss. But Kreidenweiss was in the back. His foot stepped out of the back of the end zone. He came back, and the official was right there on top of it, Coach. So Lafayette still leads here, 8:41. Lafayette Generals 7 and Simon Kenton 6 here. And, William, do we want to take a break here? Just keep it right here and tell you about Whitaker Bank, one of our fine sponsors here on the network. Also, White Greer and Maggard. And big sponsor, White Greer. And, Coach, you've got some very special guests coming up at halftime.
I do. I've got a really good UFO from Simon Kenton, but then also I have 2 young students from Lafayette High School that we're going to talk a little bit about Lafayette and all the different things that they get into over here.
I tell you what, Simon Kenton looked impressive. Rackey with a nice big 17-yard run.
Wow.
And then he threw a big strike to his open receiver. And that happened to be an outstanding job there by Fisher Hayden. And Hayden did the rest with the yak. Here's the short kick down the far side. Does it go out of bounds? And no, he's got to jump on the ball because it didn't go out of bounds. He thought the ball finally jumping on it over there on the far side. That was Cameron Morgan, and Morgan thought it was going to go out of bounds, but it did not.
It's an oblong ball. It doesn't roll like a soccer ball does right to the sideline. That bad thing hit and then bounced back in a little bit.
So Lafayette, who went 61 yards on their last drive, they lead at 7-6 here. Gary Ball with Coach Mike Mee and William Moorfield here. Looking at some early numbers, Morgan 3 carries, 28 yards. Racky had the 17-yard rush there for Simon Kenton. Wood is 1 for 2. Racky's 1 for 1 with a 46-yard TD pass to one of his primary targets, Hayden.
Right, and both teams have 60, 61, 63 yards so far, so it's pretty even. Look at the stack split out here.
Walker Wood out of that shotgun. Fakes to Morgan Wood, tucks it himself, and Walker over the far side and slammed down at about the 23-yard line. Walker Wood and getting over there making the stop, Gavin Ball, the senior. Ball leads the team with 3 fumble recoveries, Coach. As far as I know, no relation between me and Gavin Ball. He's a nice player, though. He's number 4 tackler on the team. Made the stop there.
He did a nice job. Elijah Jackson, again, was over there. Yeah. Outside linebacker in on that,
well,
too.
we mentioned, Coach, those 4 linebackers, 364 tackles coming in combined. 364, Coach. Walker Wood rolling to the right. Walker Wood looking, fires it, and it's going to be incomplete up at the 35-yard line. I'm not sure why Walker didn't tuck that. He probably could have picked up another 5 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and short, about 3 for the Generals. 8 minutes to go here in the first period, and Lafayette leads Simon Kenton 7-6.
This could be a real chess match right here because Simon Kenton, they're not afraid at all. They are basically running man-to-man. Now they're going to drop in zone on this 3rd down, but they've been playing man on those 1st and 2nd down. Now they're playing, I think they're playing man on the outside again.
So 3rd and about 2 for Walker Wood. Wood's going to tuck it. Wood up the middle. He's got the 1st down and more. Walker up to the 31st down. Tripped up. Looked like Carter, the linebacker. Carter comes into this game. Brian Carter, 6'1", 215, Coach, 141 tackles for Mr. Carter.
That's just unheard of.
That's unheard of.
It's just amazing.
That's like 14 tackles a game. Listen to this. The officials are Mid-Kentucky Official Association. Referees Tim Sharp. The umpires Dan Griffith. Linesman is Jay Allen. Line judges Michael Holt. And the back judge is Stuart Hawkins. And those guys do a great job. 1st down on that run by Wood. He gives to Morgan. Cameron dancing up for about 3 yards. Where Morgan with 3-yard pickup off the making the stop there was
Jackson again.
Elijah Jackson. I tell you what, it's either been Carter, Elijah Jackson, Marquis Ritter, or Gavin Ball. They've made almost every play.
They're amazing. But again, we talked about this early before the game. Those 3 big defensive linemen have got to hold these offensive linemen, not to let those linebackers get those tackles.
Of course, Trent Kincaid made a couple plays early on from his corner spot. Remember that number 5? He ran Morgan out of bounds on that first play. But other than that, it's been the linebackers. Here's Walker Wood, pump fakes. Back screen over the left side. Man there. He's got some room, 40. Up to the 45. 1st down up near midfield. Quentin Brown. And LeSue finally stopped him there. I think it was Mitchell.
Yeah, Casey Mitchell was in on that tackle, too. Just kind of chased it down from behind.
15-yard pickup for Mr. Wood, who's 2 for 4 now, Coach, for 42 yards for Lafayette in passing. And Morgan, 4 carries, 30 yards. And Brown has 2 catches, Coach, for 42 yards.
Screen off and screen early, Gary.
So Brown has both of them. Morgan up the middle. And Morgan down to the 45. And
again, Gary, it's Elijah Jackson again.
And also I saw, Marquis Ritter, the other linebacker. Morgan picked up about 8 yards. I'll tell you what, Morgan doing a great job, Coach. 5 carries. Look at Cameron Morgan, 5 carries, 38 yards, Coach, averaging about 7.5 yards per carry.
Well, you know, it's one of the 2 of them back in the backfield. They don't have any fullback in this offense. They're just spreading the field, running a spread offensive look.
We're approaching 5 minutes and 55 seconds of first quarter action. Lafayette on the march, already leading 7-6. Wood looking to pass down the left sideline. He's got a receiver, and the guy fell down. 10-5, touchdown. Lafayette as the defensive back fell down. I'm getting a beat. I believe that was Edwards. Daquan Edwards. The defensive back fell down. There comes a flag. See what? But the defensive back fell down. Let's see what the call is. The officials are talking. There's a flag down.
I think it was a dead ball foul at the end of the play, maybe a celebration or something.
What a catch by Edwards. Defensive back fell down, and Edwards said, okay, I'll go down on my knees and catch the football, coach, and then took it in for the touchdown. And it's against touchdown counts for Lafayette. They go up 13-6, and Averett can make it 14-6 here. Coach, we got a shootout going on here at Ismail Stadium.
Gary, I think Lafayette got away with one there. I think it was a little offensive push-off on that. When that guy fell down, it looked to me like there was a little push in the back.
That's what the Simon Kenton sideline was calling for anyway.
I think so.
Well, they got a nice crowd over there. Their side's filling up over there, the Simon Kenton crowd. Here's the Averett extra point. It's up, and it is good.
He's not going to miss.
So a long touchdown pass. Wood now 3 of 5. And that one goes 45 yards to Daquan Edwards for the touchdown. Wood's 3 for 5 in the TD now for 87 yards. And Coach Lafayette now leads 14-6 with 5 minutes and 45 seconds. But we've seen the quick strike capability of this Simon Kenton Pioneer team. We saw it on their opening drive. Didn't take long, couple plays.
Couple plays, but I just noticed that Simon Kenton coaches over there giving that referee down the road over there on that play.
Well, the reason being, shouldn't that penalty be assessed on the kickoff?
It was not a penalty.
Okay.
It was a warning.
Gotcha.
It was a sideline
warning.
So they get one, then the second one's a penalty.
So Daquan Edwards hauls in the Walker Wood touchdown pass down the far sideline, and he goes for a total of 45 yards after the defensive back fell down for the Nears. It's 14-6 Lafayette. If you're just tuning in, Gary Ball, Mike Meehan, and William Moorfield here on PrepSpin.
This is a blast, Gary. This is a good one tonight.
Here comes,
beautiful night. Wow.
A little windy, but we can deal with that. It's beautiful. Here's the kick, and it's going to be Murray.
There's a hold.
Murray up to the 38-yard line. No flag on that one, Coach. You thought you saw a hold. And the return was Sammy Murray, the junior, returned it. And Smith there on the stop for the Lafayette kicking team. And if you're just tuning in, it is Lexington Lafayette and Simon Kenton out of Independence, Kentucky. And Simon Kenton, a Northern Kentucky team that came in 11-1. Their only loss to Ryle, who's undefeated number 2 in the state. Lafayette came in, Coach, 11-1. Their only loss to Louisville Trinity, number 1 ranked team in the state. So these two teams are powerhouses coming in, Simon Kenton and Lafayette. In 6A football. Motion to the far side by Murray. Just returned that kick. Racky gives now to Hampton. Hampton hit at the line and dropped after about a yard pickup.
That was a really, really good job of defense.
Ian Shaw.
Yeah, Ian Shaw came up underneath that block and made the tackle. Nice job. Gary, I noticed something, and I don't know, I guess I need to check on some rules, but Lafayette, their team on the sideline has a huge television, an HD TV, and their offense is looking at the TV right now.
Racky keeps it, and he pays for it. Racky is leveled, and coming there to get him is Brendan Lane. Shout out to his father who's watching in Iraq, Sergeant Anthony Steinman, watching the game over in Iraq. We appreciate your service over there, Mr. Steinman. We're glad to bring you this game tonight, and your son Brendan Lane just made a heck of a play.
Heck of a play.
Third down. 3rd and 8 for the Nears at the 41-yard line. 14-6, Lafayette on top. Motion to the far side by Murray. Trip set. Here's Racky getting pressure. Racky rolling left, sets, throws, caught at midfield, and down to the 45. That's going to be Hayden again. Hayden cuts it back 30. Hayden toward the middle, breaks another tackle. He's at the 20. Hayden, 10, looking for a block. Hayden's going to take it in, touchdown.
You got to make the tackle. You have to make the tackle on the pass. They're playing such tight defense. When they throw that little hitch pattern out there, get on the ball, make the tackle, look at the hips, make the tackle, because they're breaking tackles and going 50 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, Hayden, man, he has been something else.
Something.
That is 2 catches for him. Fisher Hayden, 105 yards and 2 touchdowns, Coach.
That's a good night.
That's a good night. He's done it in the first 8 minutes of the game.
They're going for 2 again.
Going for 2 to tie it. Racky rolling to the right, getting pressure, throws it, and it's going to be incomplete in the back of the end zone. So Lafayette will hold on to the lead, and Racky mixing it up with one of the Lafayette players who's slow to get up. So Racky, I think that was Ian Shaw who was after Racky. So Lafayette holds on to the lead, 14. They've got 21-7, but of course it is at Ishmael Stadium. It is the Lafayette scorekeeper,
yeah,
but it should be 14-12.
There it is.
So Lafayette leads 14-12 as Simon Kenton has missed both their 2-point conversion opportunities. But Racky so far is 2 for 2, 105 yards, 2 touchdown passes to Mr. Fisher Hayden.
Now, every time we see these really good games, it seems to me by luck or whatever, it seems, Gary, it seems to be by luck or whatever, you always have one of these teams in your show on Sunday. Now, don't tell me you have one of these two teams on your show Sunday.
I have Lexington Catholic coming on Sunday, but listen to this. Who else I got on a Scholastic Ball Report Sunday at 12:30 in the CW? The state champion marching band from Madison Central's on the show. They've won in 3 consecutive years, and LCA Danville tied at 7. And also, Coach, I've got a swimmer from West Jessamine who's president of the junior class over there and a 4.0 student. Here's a short kick. Scoop by at the 20 by Lafayette, and that's Edwards. Daquan Edwards tripped up at the 35-yard line, and getting a hand on him there, Coach.
23 or 43.
43, 43. That's exactly right, and that's Sam LeCount.
Another senior. Some good seniors on this football team.
So, Coach, here's what we got so far. We played almost 8 minutes of football. Both teams have had the ball twice. Both teams have scored 2 touchdowns every possession they've had. But the difference in the game is Simon Kenton going for 2-point conversions. They haven't been able to get either one of them.
Yeah, you're going to get behind and not be able to catch up. The Steelers did that the other night. They got behind in their 2-point conversions.
Steelers. It's always
they lost
Steeler
the game.
reference.
One of the reasons they lost the game is because they couldn't catch up.
Morgan in the backfield with Walker Wood. Trips to the near side. Wood gives to Morgan. Hit, and he's going to get a very little gain there. Stacked up. Morgan stacked up, and I tell you what I saw in there, it was Tanner Green in there making the play, number 15, a backup linebacker for the Pioneers. So pickup of a yard. 4 minutes to go here in the first period. If you're just tuning in to PrepSpin, Gary Ball, Mike Meehan, William Warfield. Lafayette 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. Simon Kenton 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. But the Generals lead. They've kicked both extra points. They lead 14-12, Coach.
Both punters are just sitting over on the sideline right now.
That's right. Walker Wood. Morgan hit at the line going down. So Morgan hit immediately and dropped. That interior line, that was Pompilio who helped out on that play, the big 280-pounder.
Yeah, he's going to be a load to block. He really is. I don't know. He's going to be tough when they try to run anywhere near that off tackle.
78 helped out as well, and that's Courtney, the sophomore. So 3rd and 9 for the Generals. They lead at 14-12, approaching the 3-minute mark here of the first period of football action here in front of a great crowd here at Ishmael Stadium.
3-4 cover 2. Now they're playing zone. They're off.
Wood looking down the middle, throws, caught, first down to Guilfoyle, and Matthew gets it down to the 48-yard line. That's a 15-yard pickup. Matthew Guilfoyle, Coach, we talked about him in the pregame.
Yeah, that was a very well-conceived play by the Lafayette play callers upstairs or whatever. They ran a deep curl between the 2 safeties. The safeties were back on the hashes.
Walker Wood gives now to Morgan, and he takes it down to the 45-yard line. Cameron Morgan. Well, Morgan has really become the guy to – I mean, he's taken a lot of the load off Walker Woods, what he's done, Coach.
Well, that makes a big difference, too, Gary.
And look at him. 7 carries. They'll refresh that. He's actually got 8 carries for 41 yards, 41 so 5 yards a carry.
Yeah. And you need that when you have a quarterback that wants to run and throw. You need somebody to cover that.
And look at 3rd down conversions. 3 for 3 for Lafayette. That's the reason they've scored every possession, Coach. They've made those big 3rd down plays. Walker Wood threw a bullet in there to Guilfoyle on that 3rd and long.
Yeah, but Simon Kenton hasn't had any 3rd downs, really. They score on 2nd down or 1st down.
Here's a toss to Morgan. He's got some room. Morgan to the 40, and let's see, run out of bounds there. Kincaid there to run him out of bounds again for the 2nd time tonight. Trent Kincaid ran him out of bounds.
Good tacklers on this Simon Kenton team. You know, Northern Kentucky teams are known for their tackling. We know that. We've seen many teams come out of the Northern Kentucky area very good fundamentally.
Again, updates, Lexington Christian 7, Danville 7. Well, we called that first one, Coach. That was a shootout down in Danville, Kentucky.
They're well matched.
We'll also get you an update on Catholic and Louisville Central. 3rd and about 3 here at the 41. Walker Wood's going to tuck it. He's got the first down. Hit, knocked backwards hard by the linebacking core, but Walker Wood looks like he's got the first down. Boy, he was hit hard. Carter and company in there. Brian Carter put the boom on Walker Wood, but he got enough for the first down.
Tell you, they'll hit you, and those linebackers, you're right. We talked about this early, too. Those defensive linemen for Simon Kenton occupy those blockers. And by occupying those blockers, it frees up those linebackers to jump in there and make tackles.
Wood now got the first down, so listen to this. Lafayette 3rd down conversions are 4 for 4. Walker Wood so far in the game has 6 carries, 24 yards. Passing, he's 4 for 6, 103, and a touchdown pass to Daquan Edwards.
Cover 3 this time. They have 1 safety this time.
Wood looking down the middle. He's hit, and what are they going to call here? Are they going to call that an incomplete pass? Yeah, they're going to call it incomplete as Wood was hit hard And we're going to see it look like Green, 15, came in and put the hit on him, Coach.
The big guy from the far side, the backside, he came on his backside. Wasn't Green, there wasn't a person to block him. He was free. Came in and made a big hit. Walker Wood jumped right up there, though.
Yeah,
he's fine.
Brings 2nd down and 10 at the 37 for the Generals. 1:19 to go. That clock stops on an incomplete pass. I was wondering how they're going to rule that with that old tuck rule years ago. Remember that?
Yeah, that.
2nd down and 10. That wasn't even close. No. Wood is going to roll to the left. Going to cut it outside. Walker with 35. He's at the 30. There's a flag down those. Walker cuts it down inside the 20. There's a penalty marker down back in the vicinity of the offensive line. I think that one's coming back.
Right, a holding penalty on Lafayette on the edge there. Actually, it was a good takedown. It must have been a wrestling move out there.
So we're going to have holding against the Generals with 1:11 to go. Yep, it's going to be holding against Lafayette. Instead of Walker Wood having them down inside the 20, Coach, that's really going to back them up big time. That'll back them up back close to midfield, won't it?
Right, it will. And the hold it started to occur as he broke to the outside. But when the official threw the flag was a little bit later, a couple of seconds later, when he actually grabbed the guy and threw him down. So I didn't get the number of the person that was doing the holding. But it was, again, the guy being held is that Tanner Green. Yeah. He's everywhere.
2nd down and 23 now, that holding penalty, as I said, back near midfield. Walker Wood back to pass, looks left, throws it. It's caught down in the seam at the 40, and pickup of about 10, and it's caught there by number 11. That's Zach Sherman. Sherman picked up 10. You got 2nd and 23. Now, Coach, you pick up 10. You got 3rd and long, but still, it's manageable at 3rd and about 13.
Yes, it is. And actually, you know, if you get to the 30-yard line anyway, you're in 4 down zone anyway in a game like this.
Exactly. Down to 44 seconds. We're approaching the end of the first period. 14-12. Lafayette on top of Simon Kenton. Lafayette has the football. Here's Walker Wood rolling to the right. Walker Wood sets. Walker Wood throws, and it's caught down at the 25 on a super catch made by QB. Quentin Brown is coming up big time tonight.
Quentin Brown did a really nice job, and Walker Wood, that's the kind of pass, we talked about this before. When I've trained quarterbacks in the past,
yes, sir,
that's the one you throw to protect the receiver but get the first down. Nice and low. It's not a bad pass when it's low. It's not. It protects the receiver and gets the first down.
3rd catch for QB. Brown, 57 yards. Walker Wood, 6 of 9, 128 yards, and the 45-yard touchdown to Daquan Edwards.
I like Brown. He runs
oh,
really good routes.
He didn't play last week in their playoff game. Here's Morgan dancing line, trying to bounce it outside, cuts it back inside 20, and he's down. Boy, he nearly broke an ankle. If he breaks that tackle there, Coach, there is a flag down.
Yes, there's another flag
so they already had that
same edge.
Yeah, they had that one holding call already that brought Walker Woods back, run back from the 20 all the way back to midfield, and this looks like it's going to be holding as well.
Well, linesman called it, so, yep, he called it. Same thing, and it's the same area, the exact same place.
Yep. So with 3.5 seconds, we thought that would be the end of the first period, but the penalty, of course, brings it back to the 35. And, boy, that'll negate a nice run there by Cameron Morgan.
It was an excellent run, and those first downs, you know, you have to get them one after another. You don't want to get behind the chains. Now, they're continually to make mistakes like this. It's going to get you in trouble.
The only positive thing right now when you look at time of possession in this game, as you mentioned, Coach, time of possession is being dominated by Lafayette because Simon Kenton's scoring on one or two plays.
They are, yeah.
So we head to the second quarter. Lafayette will have the ball, and we come back into 36 of Simon Kenton, and Lafayette leads 14-12 here. We'll return with second quarter action here on PrepSpin, the leading digital network in the state of Kentucky.
When you're not happy with your smile, you feel down. When you feel down, you stay in bed. When you stay in bed, you miss deadlines. When you miss deadlines, a lot of kids are upset. Don't upset a lot of kids. Love your smile. Call White, Greer, and Maggard today.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
Gary Ball with Coach Mike Meehan back here for the 1st and 21 for the Generals. They go to get down to the 15. Walker Wood fakes to Morgan. Wood rolls to the left, gets a little block to 35. Walker lowers his shoulder and gets great yardage down to about the 28-yard line. We're to bring up 2nd down at about 14. And it was Jacob Book, the corner, number 6, the senior, they're making this stop for the Pioneers.
And I tell you who else, John McCourtney, the defensive tackle, the sophomore, came over and helped clean it up too.
2nd down as we're in the 2nd quarter. Lafayette 14, Simon Kenton 12. Gary Ball, Coach Mike Meehan, William Warfield here on PrepSpin. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying the high-definition broadcast here. Shout out again to Sergeant Steinman watching over in the rack. Morgan, handoff, cuts it back inside. Morgan, and drug down from behind at the 23-yard line. Morgan, and also a shout-out to Rick and Sandy Haynes. They're watching in Kingston, Rhode Island up there tonight. Cotton and Jane Walker, they're watching in Knoxville. Aunt Mo, she's watching in Longhorn, Pennsylvania. Millie and Molly, they're watching in Las Vegas. And, Coach, I'm sure you got some folks watching up in Pittsburgh or down in Florida.
I've got one in Pittsburgh watching. I think my son Ben is watching down there in Tampa.
Shout out to Ben, Captain Ben Meehan, right? Or is he
Major?
Major Ben. Sorry, Ben, you're a major now. Here's Walker Wood tucking it. Wood back inside. Wood and drug down at the 20. We're to bring up 3rd down and about a long 4 for Walker Wood and making the stop. Gavin Ball, the outside linebacker.
The 4th down, and this is big. Now they've got a field goal kicker, and the wind's behind them. A little bit of a breeze right now, but not much.
Right.
They're going to go for it here, and we'll see.
Lafayette leads 14-12. 10:45 in the first half, and they're faced with 4th down at about 4.
This is a good time for a screen right here.
On 3rd downs, they're 5 for 6 is Lafayette. First 4th down opportunity. Wood pass, and there's going to be a incomplete. It bounced to the receiver. Brown thought he caught it, but the official right there said it hit the ground first, so that'll be incomplete. So Simon Kenton now will take over. First time Lafayette has not scored on a possession tonight, and Simon Kenton will have it, Coach. And well, I tell you what, that pass was just a little low there to Brown. He's been outstanding tonight. Quentin Brown, 3 catches, 57 yards.
Yeah, that one got away from Walker Wood a little bit. Now, I've been watching him, evaluating your quarterback. What I'm seeing from Walker Wood is, I'm talking about his passing.
Yes, sir.
His running is awesome anyway.
Right.
But his feet are really, really good, and I love his quick release. I mean, he's got a Tom Brady-type release.
Pioneers have both quarterbacks in there now. Shear's in there. Racky, they give it on the reverse, though, to Vance. Vance to the 25, and he is tackled over there on the far side of the field. And let's see who made that tackle. And making the Jordan Thomas, the bandit, made the play. But, Coach, he had both quarterbacks in there. They had the junior Matt Shear. He actually took the snap. He gave it to the starter, Racky, and then he gave it to Vance on like a little sweep around the left, and Vance picked up 8 yards.
It's a little single wing type play.
Shear, Racky to handoff. 1st down and more. Racky up to the 33, 1st down. Racky's going to Wofford University. And if you're wondering about Wofford, Mason Allstat that played at Lafayette last year, that's where he's playing his college football. So this quarterback from Simon Kenton, Cam Racky, will join him next year in college at Wofford.
Wofford comes into Kentucky a lot to get players. Even back in the 90s, they grabbed a couple when I was at Dunbar from us.
9 minutes, 55 seconds, and Simon Kenton's Racky picked up the 1st down to the 32-yard line. Racky back at quarterback now. Snap coming to blitz. Racky and he's sacked.
Job.
What a great job. That's 44 who came flying in there. Austin Blake, the 6-foot, 220-pound sophomore Blake came in there and sacked him all the way back at the 25, a loss of about 8 yards, Coach. It'll be 2nd and 18. What a play by Blake.
What a tackle. It was an excellent tackle.
2nd down for Racky. Trips to the bottom. Racky looking. Racky getting pressure. He's sacked again. I don't know how he held on to the football, but he did.
You got to pull the trigger. You know, you're not going to have that much time against. This is the third round of the playoffs. It's not that easy back there, man. I'll tell you.
And that was McCoy, by the way. I thought it was he and Shaw, but actually it was Taser and McCoy who's credited. It's 3rd and long now, Coach. They've got to get all the way up to the 42 for a first down. Right, little screen over the middle, and it's Lafayette spells it out at the 20. What a great play over there by Brendan Lane. Who else? The linebacker.
He played it excellent, but the whole defensive line played that screen exactly right. They stayed on the line of scrimmage. They were aware that it could occur, and they were all over it.
Well, Lafayette's defense really stepped up that time, Coach. I think it was the sophomore Blake who got that early sack to really set the tone.
I believe you're right, and it made a difference. This is the first punt we've seen from either team.
Tanner Green set to punt.
Should get good field position, Gary, because that wins against the breezes against them.
Cameron Morgan is back to return the punt, so you got Green to punt back inside the 10. 8 minutes, 6 seconds to go first half. 14-12. High snap. Green pulls it down. Spiraling punt, low punt. Hits at the 40. And it's going to roll and spin back toward the 39-yard line. That's where Lafayette will have it. But what a good defensive stand by Lafayette, Coach, on that last series. And they hold Simon Kent for the first time after the Pioneers held Lafayette's offense for the first time. Coach, 7:56 to go in the first half, and Lafayette leads Simon Kent 14-12.
And it's going to be a tight game like that. Now, both teams have settled down a little bit defensively,
You're right.
too.
You're right.
I think what we've got to watch for is who makes the mistakes. Who turns the ball over, because these two teams look to me so far to be really evenly matched.
Yeah, first down for the Generals. Football actually knows the football right at the 40-yard line, so good field positioning for the Generals offense. Remember, they started their last drive way back at about the 15. Walker Wood gives to Morgan, left side, trying to bounce it outside. Morgan up to the 45, stiff arms the man. He went out of bounds at about the 46, being chased out over there by Cooper and company, the strong safety.
It's a pretty good gain on that play. I'm not real sure. I'm going to keep looking for it, but it looked like Lafayette was what we call a dark formation. It's not a true unbalanced line, but it's three linemen on one side plus the end and a slot back. So the Pioneers did not adjust to it. Did not adjust.
Walker Wood, 6 of 10 passing, does have 34 yards rushing. He's going to tuck this one. Walker, left side, dancing back inside. Walker up near midfield, close to the first down marker, about a half a yard short. You know, listen to these stats, Coach, for Walker Wood. He's the Paul Horning Award winner. 1,070 yards rushing, 23 touchdowns rushing, 2,440 yards passing, 23 touchdown passes, Coach. 46 touchdowns for Walker Wood coming in. He's already thrown a touchdown pass here, so 47 touchdowns he's accounted for, and almost 4,000 yards. Those are Sean Alexander-type numbers when Sean won Mr. Football for Boone back in '94.
Yeah, and Sean carried the ball every play just about.
3rd and short. Wood.
Pressure.
Tucks it, and up near the – and Walker Wood's going to get the first down to the 48. Big number 78 had him. Courtney, the big 200 – and also Jackson, but it was Courtney who had him below.
We called Elijah Jackson's number just about every single play, it looks like. Yeah, that's a good job by Wood. Looked to me like he just powered that one. He wanted that one bad.
Both teams 11-1 coming in, Coach, so combined records of 22-2. That's fabulous.
It is fabulous, and they're two hot, really good football teams.
Ranked in the top 5 in the state.
And
behind
the last
Trinity,
couple years.
Trinity, Rowland, Scott County, and these two teams are in Mayo. Here's Wood looking. He's got all day. Little screen out to the far side, incomplete. He had all day. Nobody was open downfield. And he tried to go to Morgan.
That was his check down. Morgan was his check down. But, again, you know, you got to be really careful throwing that check down. You need to throw a strike right at the guy if there's anybody near him. That ball could have been intercepted. But you're right. He had all day. I'm not seeing the Walker Wood that we expected scrambling a lot. Usually he scrambles and runs a lot with the football.
Yeah.
So we'll see, you know.
I mean, it's only the second quarter, Coach.
Yeah.
6:37 to go, and you've got your UFOs coming up at halftime, Coach.
Right. Looking forward to halftime, too.
Wood fakes.
There you go.
Pass outside to Quentin Brown. Brown to the 40. And Brown spun around and tackled by Green, but he gets it all the way down to the 38, and that should be a first down for Quentin Brown. And, Coach, also for QB, that's his 4th catch in this first half.
the fourth catch, and that was a screen pass, and that was extremely well set up by Walker Wood and the offensive staff here at Lafayette. I watched his eyes. The thing about a screen is you've got to look off that receiver right away, and Walker Wood was not looking at that receiver. He was looking downfield and dumped it with that very quick release that he has.
Walker Wood, 8 of 12, 140 yards and a touchdown pass. First down to the 38. Wood fakes now, passes high, and trying to go to Edwards and throws it high down to the 30. In coverage was Braden Traddles down there. Number 28 was in coverage there for the Nears. 6:04 to go. That stops the clock. And
okay, all right. Let me tell you what I saw. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead. You're good.
Jedrick Wills took number 98, Drew Pompilio, the big defensive tackle, and buried him on his back.
Pile drived him?
Pile drived him on his back.
Well, he's going to Alabama, so he's pretty good, right, Jed Wills?
Well, I'll tell you what. We need to run toward him.
Here's Walker Wood looking for a block. Cuts it outside. Wood back inside. Wood being chased. Takes it all the way down to the 25. Walker Wood. And he's got the first down. And chasing him. I tell you what, that was great pursuit there by Casey Mitchell. He was tracking him down, wasn't he, Coach?
Yeah, Casey Mitchell was like one of the heat-seeking missiles. He was all over Jason, but it's a good gain, another first down.
Coach, how big would a score here be for the Generals? They're only up 14-12, 5:45 to go in the first half.
Well, it's a momentum thing. I mean, you have to score, but don't give Simon Kenton too much time on the clock.
Trip set to the bottom for Walker Wood. Morgan to the left. Wood. Quick pass out there, incomplete. Out to the near side. He had, looked like it was Sherman out there. Sherman dropped it, and Sherman had a couple of blockers out in front of him, Coach.
That's another screen. It's a grip and rip thing. I keep using that term, but I'm very impressed by how fast he gets rid of the football. And again, that ball probably should have been caught, but you know, it came awful fast. I couldn't have caught it.
Does have one catch tonight for 10 yards. Quentin Brown leading him with 4 catches, 68 yards. Of course, Daquan Edwards has the big 45-yard touchdown catch down the far sideline when the DB fell down there for it. And, Coach, you thought there was some contact there.
I think there was. Cover 2, they're wide apart. The middle of the field's open.
Walker Wood looks at his.
Now they rolled it.
Triple receivers to the bottom. Wood is going to tuck it right side. Wood down the middle. Wood down, dancing down to the 15. There you go, Coach. There's your right vintage there. Walker Wood right there, dancing down.
Spread the field. Down. Spread the defense. Spread it out. Allow him to run behind and get those gaps, those holes behind those big offensive linemen. I like this Bischoff kid, by the way, at center.
That is 12 carries, 63 yards for Wood. Cameron Morgan, 11 carries, 58 yards. So Lafayette. Time of possession, 11:51 to 4 minutes and 13 seconds, Coach, for SK. They're keeping that Pioneer offense off the field. Wood gives to Morgan in motion. Morgan, and he's down to about the 10. So Morgan picked up about 4 yards. It'll be second down.
You know, they get through that line of scrimmage, that first thing, and those linebackers converge quickly to make tackles, but they're getting those 3 or 4 yards every time.
And you know he's making a lot of tackles, and he wasn't even a starter, is this Green kid.
Yeah.
That's another stop for Tanner Green.
We talked about him. He's a senior, too. Nice job.
Of course, we know he's a receiver, but obviously he's a pretty good linebacker, too, or defensive back. Second down at the 10. Walker Wood tucks it. Walker Wood back inside, dancing, and Walker nowhere to go.
No, not that time.
There comes a late flag. Here comes a late flag after Wood was tackled at about the 8-yard line. Courtney there on the stop. Let's see what the flags are.
It was a dead ball flag, wasn't it?
Sure was. They're talking to the Whitecap.
Be Lafayette against Lafayette.
Yeah, Lafayette's reacting. One of their big linemen there, Dejon Thomas, is acting like it's going to be against them. 4:16 to go, first half. See, Coach, you give us the call.
Yeah, it's personal foul. Yeah.
Again,
a dead ball personal foul. That's a big one. That is a big, big penalty.
That'll move them from they would have been at the 8-yard line of Simon Kenton. That'll move them back to the 23. So all the way back to the 23-yard line.
That hurts.
4:16 to go, first half. If you're just tuning in, Lafayette scored on their first 2 possessions. So did Simon Kenton, but they went for 2-point conversions instead of kicking it. And they missed both of those conversions, and that's why Lafayette leads right now, Coach, 14-12.
I've been really impressed with the Lafayette coaching staff and their play calling tonight. It'll be interesting to see on this third and real long.
Yeah, they got to get down to the 3. They're at the 23.
But it is third down.
Walker Wood rolling right. Throws it back left. He's got his man, but he slips a little bit. Breaking tackles, but still getting down. Let's see where they mark him at, Coach. And that was complete to Morgan. And Morgan took it to about the 15. And let's see what the Generals dial up here, Coach.
Yeah, Braden Tradles made the tackle. The cornerback came over and locked on. You know, it seems like they're slipping a lot tonight. Both teams have been having some trouble with their footing.
Been no rain. I mean, they're calling for rain not till overnight, though. No. It's a beautiful night. It's a little windy. Some wind gusts of about 15, 20 mile an hour. But
Gary, it's November 18th.
And it's about 62 degrees.
Yeah, it's
63
real nice.
degrees. 3:19 to go, first half. 4th down and 10 for the Generals. Walker Wood, back. Wood looking left, fires. He's got a receiver. Touchdown! Wide open in the corner of the end zone. I believe that was Brown.
Yeah.
QB, Clinton Brown.
But I'll tell you what, that Walker Wood, what they call
laser,
threw him open.
A laser.
He threw him open. He threw it to the outside where Quentin Brown can make that outside break after that ball was released. That defensive back, good defensive back, had no chance. No chance.
So Lafayette, as Walker Wood fires a laser to Quentin Brown, QB. And Quentin Brown, 5 catches, 83 yards. And here's Sutton Averett with the extra point to try to put the Generals up by 9 with 3:09 to go here in the first half of action from Ishmael Stadium. Beautiful night for high school football. Beautiful game so far.
Beautiful game.
Couple penalties have really been the only negative for Lafayette.
They made up for it, though.
They made up for it, and the extra point Averett up is perfect. So Sutton Averett has been outstanding this year with 3:09 to go. And Walker Wood, who is 10 of 16, 162 yards, 2 touchdown passes, Coach. And that time he found his primary target, number 8, QB.
He's made some catches tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
So Quentin Brown with his 5th catch, 83 yards on this beautiful night. Coming up at halftime, Coach Mike Meehan will talk to his UFOs and tell us what we got coming up at halftime, Coach.
Well, I've got a UFO, an assistant coach from Simon Kenton that Coach Marksberry is just really, really bragging about. It's just a really nice relationship he has. And then we have an interview with a couple Lafayette students, Joe and Sierra, who are top students and very involved in the programs at Lafayette.
Right.
Not just student council,
student government,
everything,
right.
Everything. It's going to be a lot of fun talking to them.
That's what I always remember about Sean Alexander, who played at Boone County. Sean was also president of the senior class at Boone County. I mean, he was really involved.
Very, very impressive young man.
So 3:09 to go here, 21-12. Lafayette leads on short kick, and let's see.
That's not good.
Covered up by SK. Big number 74 there, Brennan Baker.
You don't think that was an onside kick on 10?
I don't know what he was trying to do.
It looked like he missed the ball a little bit.
Missed the ball, the wind maybe. I'm not sure what happened.
But that's not good. I mean, you said the score's 21-12.
Look at time of possession.
That's what I was going to say. Simon Kenton scored twice in 4 minutes.
Right, and their quarterback, Racky, he's 3 for 3, 108 yards. 2 of those passes have been for touchdowns.
Yeah, you don't want to give them the ball in good field position, do you, Gary?
Fisher Hayden has 2 catches, 105 yards, and 2 scores for SK.
It's a really good battle on the offenses and defensive lines of both of these teams.
Trips, twins both sides for Racky.
Wow.
Hampton, and into the line, Hampton pulled back after a short pickup of about a yard. Rustled backwards there by Brendan Lane and also big Dylan McKinney.
They ran a little trap that time. The right guard pulled and tried to kick out, but Lafayette's linebackers filled very quickly.
2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first half. I'll keep you updated on that time. Scores up on the scoreboard. Here's Racky firing over the far side and caught to the 42. And a quick tackle. Murray made the catch.
I'm seeing a couple really good quarterbacks tonight, Gary. I'm telling you, that ball right there. Racky, now he's a good-sized young man.
Yeah, 6'2".
Nice release.
3rd down and 4 with 2:18. Here's blitz and Racky sacked back at 48-yard line.
Racky
brings up 4th and long. Boy,
he was smart to go down on that
Look
one.
Look who came in on that. Coach Shaw dialed up his son Ian, said, Ian, you take care of business. And he also dialed up 22, McCoy, and Tejran McCoy took care of business.
Well, Racky saw that coming, and he said, I'm getting out of here. He just went down, and that was smart. That was smart. But you know what's going to have to happen now? He's going to have to start changing that snap count a little bit. Lafayette's jumping all over it.
Yeah, the last couple of series, Coach, what I've seen for Lafayette is they've been bringing the kitchen sink. They've been bringing a lot of blitzes, and it's really kind of stymied SK a little bit, I think.
Well, the timing, too.
Yeah, the timing.
The quarterback's got to change that snap count. He's got to hold that snap count a little bit and slow that rush down.
Minute 43, timeout on the field here. Tell you about Rafferty's Restaurants. Rafferty's with a special as you. Rafferty's, I like the soup and I like that potato soup, Coach. You and I had lunch over there the other day, and I think what's your go-to over there? You like that?
I like the salads, the big salad. But what I really want to do is go back with you in the evening and get that open-faced prime rib
I got
sandwich.
that the other night.
Man.
So Rafferty's Restaurant, check them out. Rafferty's with a special. Also, I want to tell you about Sutherland Chevrolet. They're down in Nicholasville. Sutherland Chevrolet, great house, great staff down there. Don Gabbard and the staff. Sutherland Chevrolet, just head down 27 for all those great Chevrolet products, Coach. Doesn't matter if it's an SUV, maybe a Tahoe, a Malibu, whatever you need. Sutherland Chevrolet's got it over there in Nicholasville.
And who should we see over there?
Don Gabbard.
All right, man.
So 4th and long here. Let's see what Lafayette dials up here. Looks like they're dialing up another blitz. Racky.
There you go.
And
there you go.
Somebody jumped off, I believe, Coach.
Did exactly what we suggested they do. They changed the snap count on him, and Lafayette jumped into neutral.
Sure did.
You got to do that, and they're going to have to keep that up. It's a really good job now. Both of these coaching staffs are extremely experienced and very talented, and what they're doing is they're playing a real chess game out there.
So 4th down, that penalty does move it down to the 46, a minute 43 first half. Lafayette has not called any timeouts. Simon Kenton has used one timeout. But that penalty will help the Pioneer cause. It would have been 4th and about 12. Now it's 4th, and let's call it 7.
We'll see if they're bringing the house again. Yep.
Fake now, Racky getting pressure, throws it downfield, and it is going to be intercepted by Lafayette. Picked off of the 20. Return it back. And let's see, all the way up to the 43-yard line. Picked off. Intercept. I believe that was McCoy.
Yeah.
No, 27, not 22. 27 for Lafayette, Coach. And that's going to be, let's get the right number there. That's going to be Brian Jackson. Jackson, a junior, with the interception. That's huge.
That was a huge interception. Now, let's see if they go for a home run on the first play here. They could very easily do that. The outside receiver was open. Racky decided to throw to the inside guy.
Again, Coach,
right there.
All that pressure, I think Racky might have hurried that a little bit with all that pressure coming out. He's been sacked 3 or 4 times here now.
No doubt he hurt it, and that's an excellent job of Lafayette with that in mind, that philosophy.
And remember, Lafayette has all 3 timeouts. Here's Walker Wood. Cuts it back and pulled down at the 40. And nice play there, Walker Wood. And making the play was Mark Ritter, the middle linebacker.
All right, I'm going to tell you something.
Yes, sir.
I've seen Walker Wood do a lot of really good things, and he's got all these skill levels, but I just noticed the one skill he doesn't have.
What's that?
Eyes in the back of his head.
Mm-hmm.
And, that guy, he turned back to run the football right into that tackle.
Yeah, but, if he cuts it over to the far side, he's probably still running. A minute 25. That is the first timeout taken by Lafayette with a minute 25 here in the first half. Lafayette Generals 21, Simon Kent Pioneers 12.
Yeah, the offenses are really kind of separating themselves a little bit right now with Lafayette getting a lot more yardage with the football. Walker Wood has 61 yards rushing right now. Cameron has 62.
Coach, we're going to get a picture. And
wait a minute.
Shout out to Sergeant Steinman over in Iraq.
Hey, you got my... All right, boy, I'll tell you what.
Second down.
Lots of stuff going on up here.
Yeah, we're trying to give a shout out. Here's Walker Wood. Inside hand, Morgan. Morgan's got some room. Morgan midfield. Morgan at the 40. Morgan still running. 30. Morgan looking for a block at the 20. Morgan down to the 10. 5. Run out of bounds finally by Kincaid at the 5-yard line. What a run there by Morgan.
That was awesome. And that was a delayed draw. Walker Wood dropped back. He looked like he was going to throw. Waited a couple seconds before he handed the ball off. And I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a run.
And they got, Coach, they got the ball at the 5-yard line. They got two timeouts left, a minute 12. Lafayette trying to add to their 21-12 lead here against this very good Simon Kenton football team.
This could be the biggest series right now of the game you know, right at the end of the first half, you want to get that momentum going into halftime, don't you?
Yes, sir.
There it is.
Handoff and takes it down.
Close.
As Morgan near the goal line, but they say his knee touched just before he got it in, didn't they, coaches?
Right.
I'm trying to get some score. I'm trying to get a score in the Scott County Ryle game.
Yeah, he was down right there in about the half-foot line, looks like to me. But it was a good call by the official. He was right on top of it. I like the way this guy runs, too. He stays low.
Remember, Lafayette does have 2 timeouts left, 45 seconds. They have it 2nd and goal at the 1-foot line. Let's see what Walker Wood does here. Wood, he's going to tuck it, and he's going to walk in. Touchdown, Walker Wood. 24th touchdown of the season rushing for W Squared. Walker State Farm Wood, and it's 27-12. Lafayette has extended that lead to 15. Coach, the extra point can make it 16. That would be 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions.
Yeah, that's where you want to be going into halftime. So, excellent job. Good kicker, pretty dependable.
I'm going to try to get a score as Averett comes in. Try to get a score on the game.
All right, lining up for the kick, and you got a wind at their back right now, so it
looks
should be
like,
an easier kick.
Coach, we'll do the kick here, but I've also got an update on the Scott County. And the kick is up, and it's good. So 28-12. It is Cardinals 21, Ryle 20. And there's 5 minutes to go. So Ryle and Scott County in a good one. 21-20 Scott County with 5 minutes to go before halftime in that one. Here, it's now Lafayette 28, Simon Kenton 12 with 35 seconds before halftime.
We're in a football game. You know, Simon Kenton, you don't give them much time now. They've kind of slipped back a little bit. Lafayette's offense is just really controlling this football game right now.
And the defense, Coach, what they've done is they've dialed up those blitzes the last couple of series, and it's really kind of thrown Racky off his momentum a little bit. They've sacked him a few times, and we saw him hurry that one pass that Jackson picked off.
Right, he'll have 2nd and 5, and then all of a sudden it's 3rd and 15, you know, or whatever. So you're right, that defense has really made a difference too.
But remember, this is almost a score that Simon Kenton led Lafayette last year at halftime, and Lafayette came back and won 42-28 in that game.
Yeah, anything can happen in this football game. You know that. Both of these teams didn't get here 11-1.
That's right.
For nothing.
SK's only lost to Ryle, who's in a big-time battle with Scott County. And Lafayette's only lost to Louisville Trinity. Well, what can you say about Louisville Trinity and their 23 state championships?
Right.
Kick taken by Simon Kenton, and that's taken by Vance. Vance still running. Vance's got some speed, and the kicker's trying. Now he's being chased, and Vance finally run out of bounds down inside the 30 with 22 seconds. Great return there by Luke Vance.
It was a super return. You got to be careful kicking to these football teams. I'm telling you, they just really can return the football.
So Lafayette, remember, Simon Kenton, they won the toss, deferred to the second half. You do not want them to get another score here, Coach, and get the ball to start the second half.
Now, again, like I said, the key is that momentum. You do not want to get a football team of momentum going in at halftime. Now, there is a breeze going against them if they're going to try for a field goal here if they don't get the first down, but we'll see.
Well, here's what they've got. They've got Matt Shear in at quarterback, the backup. They've got Racky, the starter, in a slot out to the left, trips to the bottom. Shear back to pass, fires it to the right side, caught out there, and they try to keep him in bounds. Did they keep him in bounds, Coach? Not sure.
The official.
The catch was made there by
kept
Murray.
him in bounds, so the clock's still running.
10 seconds.
They called timeout.
Yeah, SK had to get a quick timeout. They've got one left now. That's their second. With 10 seconds to go, Pioneers have one timeout left. They have it second down at the 25, and it's 28-12. Lafayette on top of Simon Kenton here at Ishmael Stadium, and Simon Kenton's fans along the way almost full over there, Coach, and Lafayette's got a really nice crowd here tonight.
It's a really good crowd on both sides, and, you know, we're really happy. We're just proud and happy to work with William Warfield in this PrepSpin, digital network. Everybody has been talking about how clear the picture is.
Yeah, well, it's high definition. It's 1080p, which if you compare it, all you folks watching, 1080p, that's clearer than ESPN.
It is.
1080p, so it's pretty clear. And Coach Mike, me and I enjoy doing these games. I'm Gary Ball. I used to be up in northern Kentucky. I did games up there for a long time on radio, and now I saw the error of my ways, and I've been doing it in Lexington for about 16 years now.
Right, and you're a Boone County graduate, and Boone County struggled in a couple of bad years. But again, look how good some of the Northern Kentucky teams are now.
Right.
With Rye, with Simon Kenton, and a few of them.
2nd down and 5 here for Shearer. Shearer hit as he throws it, and they're going to rule incomplete. Great job there by who else? McCoy.
But the clock never started.
McCoy and Shaw. I know there were 10. Did they put more time on there, Coach? Or it's 10-7?
I didn't look up before, but it's 10-7 now.
Yeah, so there's more time. And now the officials, I'm not sure what. The clock had 10 seconds on it. I'm not sure what happened there. Shearer, here comes pressure. Throws it on the far side. Intercepted. There's a flag, though. Intercepted. But a flag comes down. 15. And bringing it to the near side. Thomas goes down, but the officials do throw the flag. Looks like it's going to be interference.
Thomas
Coach.
did a really nice job. He was looking at the clock as he's returning that interception. The clock hit 0. He slipped down on the ground intentionally. Yeah, this you cannot end the game on a defensive penalty or half on a defensive penalty. So if it's against the defense, they'll have one untimed play here. Right, they'll have one untimed play.
See what the Lafayette defense dials up here.
Well, I'd kick a field goal. I mean, look at the score, 28-12.
Yeah, you can make it 28-15.
Right.
Of course, Sergeant Steinman is stepfather to Brendan Lane. We want to clear that up, Coach, the great linebacker for Lafayette. But we've been giving also shout out to all you folks watching tonight.
Yeah,
regardless of who his father is, Brendan Lane's a heck of a player.
And his stepfather is a heck of a guy being over there,
fighting for
what
his
time
country.
in the morning? You got to get up like 2
2
in the morning.
2 o'clock, 2 in the morning, yeah. Stepfather to watch the game over there. So
I'll do that every once in a while. I'll wake up I'll go to bed and not be able to sleep.
Yep.
Wake up and come out and watch CBS Sports or something.
Yeah.
Watch some game like I woke up one night. I don't even remember what time it was. Early in the morning and watched Colorado School of Mining against East-West Michigan
Coach,
State.
Was it you telling me that UK's favored by 46 tomorrow night?
46 points. The only Vegas odds that can be bet, if you want to bet. Most of them don't even touch the game.
Right.
But, they're going to try to be bowl eligible. And the way Louisville looked at them the other night, we've got a little bit of a chance of beating Louisville.
They're going to do what you suggested, Coach. They're going to go for a field goal.
Yeah, pretty much.
It will be about a 30-yarder. And we're going to get timeout. Lafayette's going to, they're going to freeze him. They're going to try to put him on ice.
Yeah, back-to-back timeouts by Lafayette.
As we said, Christian Seeger's your place kicker for SK, and he'll try close to a 30-yarder here.
Gary Ball, when I look out there and I see how big Lafayette is,
yes, sir,
and then I think I look at Coach Shaw, it doesn't look like Lafayette's as big as,
Yeah, well, of course, you're talking about a guy that played for the Cincinnati Bengals, and
he's a good coach too.
I had the honor. They asked me. It was quite an honor to MC their senior banquet, Coach, and I was really impressed with. They have 28 seniors on this football team. They had their senior banquet back in about a month ago. It was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I emceed that, and it was a great time. So here's Seeger in for the 30-yarder out of the hold of Cam Rackey, the quarterback. He's a left-footed kicker, as you can see. Placement down. Kick is up. He's got plenty of leg, and it is no good. Missed it off to the left. Just missed. Plenty of leg. So we'll go to halftime after the missed 30-yarder by Seeger. And Coach Mike Meehan will have your UFOs. Coach, 28-12. Lafayette leads Simon Kenton here at halftime. They dodge a bullet.
He had the distance. You're right. That ball could have been kicked from 50. He just went off to the side a little bit.
Darren Douglas just gave us a score into the first half. Corbin in a good one, leading Casey County 23-14 there in that one. Here at halftime, Lexington Lafayette 28 and Simon Kenton out of Independence 12. We'll come back with our halftime guest and Coach's UFOs here at halftime. Score 28-12, Lafayette on top.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
I am Lee, and I'm happy with my smile.
And I'm other Lee, and I ain't happy with my smile.
I went to White, Greer, and Maggard, and they fixed my smile for me.
And I never smile, and that's why I'm having some alone time here at dinner.
I love that I can go to White, Greer, and Maggard with all my questions.
And I love that I don't have to brush my teeth at night.
Don't be like this, me. Go to White, Greer, and Maggard for a picture-perfect smile.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Welcome back to Ishmael Stadium on the campus of Lafayette High School, where right now at halftime the score is Lafayette 28, the Pioneers of Simon Kenton High School from Independence, Kentucky 12. Really good game so far, a lot of excitement. We have the Pioneers from coming down from Northern Kentucky against a really good Lafayette team. Welcome at halftime. This is Mike Meehan. We're going to start this halftime with our usual start, which is our UFO awards. We developed this a couple years ago. You two can listen to this. We started doing this a few years ago. We call it a UFO. It stands for Unheralded Football Overachiever. And what I do is I talk to coaches or people from the schools, and they give us the names and some information on people who go above and beyond to do extra things for the program, but don't normally get a lot of credit for what they do. So it's an opportunity to meet some people that are behind the scenes. Let's start with this Simon Kenton first. For Simon Kenton, I talked to Coach Marksberry, and he was all over this. He said that without question, he had a lot of people, a lot of deserving people. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read his quote. I don't normally do that, but this time I'm going to read it because I just love what he said. He said, "There are many deserving people that are associated with our program that I could name, so it's not an easy task. But our UFO for this game is assistant coach Steve Burns. Steve has been on my staff since 2001. He's the longest tenured coach, assistant coach on the staff. Steve has stuck with this program through good times and bad times. He is an extremely loyal, committed person. He's also the guy on the other end of the offensive headphones in the press box." But this is my favorite statement that he made about this assistant coach. He also says, and I quote, "Steve is the voice of wisdom at times when my passion overtakes my wisdom." And what you need on the sideline, or what you need with you on the coaching staff, is that guy who's got the experience that can stop you and say, "Wait a minute, think about what you're doing. Think about your consequences. Coach Marksberry says that he is very lucky to have him on the staff, and he's very lucky to call Steve Burns his friend. So our UFO for congratulations, our UFO for Simon Kenton is Coach Steve Burns. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about Lafayette, and I've been really excited about this because one of the things I learned in raising 3 boys that went to Dunbar High School with me, and also be with teaching for 34 years, is these young people in these school systems, we are really proud of what they do. Well, we've got 2 here, and the first one is Sierra Howard, and then Joe Mushong. Mushong. I got to get that right. Joe Mushong. Carolyn Huber, my friend from over here at Lafayette, gave me the names and some information on them. But we're going to let you meet them in a minute. Let's start with Sierra. Sierra, I have some information on you real quickly. Student Council, Beta Club, LGIT, you can explain that in a minute. Co-chair of the Spirit Committee with Joe of Lafayette's head council. And you also are planning to go to UK and major in sports management, correct? Okay, Sierra, tell me a little bit. First of all, what's this LGIT?
It's legit. What we do is in the second semester, we bring in incoming freshmen from all the middle schools that plan on going to Lafayette, and we give them a tour and answer any questions that they have about Lafayette.
Okay, now you are co-chair with Joe on this Lafayette's head council. Give me an idea of what that is.
For Spirit Committee, what we do is we help out Ms. Schwab and Coach Peters every week to plan themes, tailgates, get as much student participation as we can to come out for games and support our athletes.
All right, so you're a senior.
Yes.
You've been at Lafayette. And Joe, you're a senior also. Joe, give me a little information about what you're doing here. I have on here that you are also co-chair, but National Honor Society, Leadership Lexington Youth Program. And, you know, you didn't give me a lot of information, but Miss Huber jumped all over this about your golfing skills. Gary Ball, you might be interested in this. I'm going to read some statistics. You like to golf sometimes, right? Yeah, every once in a while. William, all right, you took up golf when you were 14 years old, basically. You didn't start like Tiger Woods when you were 2. You led your team, your Lafayette team, to the city championship this year. Shot a 63 at Kearney Hills. 63. Yeah, well, yeah, I believe that too. Gary Ball shot it from 9 holes. And here's the other thing I wanted to ask you about. It says here that sometimes your dad was your caddy. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, he was.
Tell me a little bit about that.
It's pretty fun when we're out there and just kind of enjoying each other's company, and we joke around, which really keeps me relaxed. But there's definitely times where we get in fights and we don't see eye to eye, so that's what kind of makes it what it is. It's you never know what you're going to get when he's caddying for me and when we're playing together.
Well, your father's very lucky to have spend time with you, and all parents are. You know, I treasure the time I spent with my 3 boys. That people would ask me during the school day, I was teaching English, would you ever see them during the day? And I'd say, yeah, when they wanted money. That's when the only time I'd see them, I'd hear knock on my door, and the hand was out.
That's correcting my grammar on the air.
I do that too. All right, so we do have fun up here in the press box. All right, enough about you two. We know you're special. Tell me why Lafayette's special.
I think why Lafayette's special is because we kind of refer to Lafayette as one big family, and I think it's true. Everybody really comes together. If people in the band, people on sports teams, teachers, we're all just one big family, and we kind of feed off each other. I mean, especially the football team right now, deep in the playoffs. You know, hopefully we hold on to this lead. But we can really rally around them, and that really brings us together as a student body. And it's fun to see the teachers, the students, anyone really that's associated with Lafayette kind of join in on this team and push them farther on their run.
Okay, Sierra, when you look at from your time here at Lafayette, have you been here all 4 years at Lafayette? Your time here at Lafayette, your association between athletics and the student body, is that a really neat thing here?
Yes, our student athletes and just like the student section that comes out, we have like this huge bond, and during like game day weeks, like we're always like talking to each other, we're trying to hype each other up, get each other ready for the games and stuff, and it's just incredible. Like right now how we're leading, like so many kids are just so excited for our football players out there, and it's a really good bond.
Well, you have a strong band. I'm sure you support band, the drama situation. Yeah, all those things. Yeah, absolutely. Well, one of the things that well, I'll tell you what, I am impressed with your football team. But one thing that just I have nightmares about is that general in that costume out there. That is the scariest. I mean, I have a little grandson, and he likes that Five Nights at Freddy's, and that thing is more terrifying than anything that Freddy could put out at that place where that night watchman is watching. I'm telling you that. That thing is just terrifying to me. So is that a friend of yours could be in that costume or?
Yes, we do know the general.
But I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Don't give that up.
No, don't give it up.
It's a boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't. Just look at the face of that dang thing. I'm gonna tell you what, that thing is frightening. All right. Okay. Again, now, Joe, we talked a little bit about all the little activity stuff at Lafayette. Tell me about your academics and what's going on. First of all, mention Miss Huber. What does she do there? Besides bugging me all the time on Twitter, what does she do?
Miss Huber, I kind of refer to her as my mom at school. She's always checking up on everybody and making sure they're in class and doing their homework and not acting up. And she's just, she's awesome. She does everything for the school, and if there's something you need, you go to Miss Huber, and that's what I like about her.
That's good. And the school, you love the school. You've been there 4 years
yes,
too?
Yes, sir, 4 years.
Where'd you go to middle school?
Jesse Clark.
Jesse Clark. So you came right here from
yes,
Jesse
sir.
Clark. Very
yes,
good.
Sir.
Very good. So, yeah, it's a really good school. A lot of good schools in Lexington, a lot of good schools in the surrounding area. But I'm going to say that I'm going to go out on a limb because I coached at Bryan Station for 19 years. I coached at Dunbar for 5 years. I was at Lexington Christian Academy for 4 years. You have the best student body. And I really do believe you have the best support from the student body.
I think, no doubt, we definitely do. We got to credit some of that to our athletic program success, our athletic director, Coach Kenny. He does a great job with the head coaching staffs of the athletic teams. But then, the students just really rally around teams. Just Friday nights, we know where we're going to be, and it's going to be right here at Ishmael watching our football team until they're done, and then we'll head over to the gym and watch the basketball team play and Coach Mendenhall.
Well, that's awesome. Well, now you're planning on going to where next year?
Morehead State.
Morehead State. Good. My son went to Morehead, and you're going to golf there.
Yes,
what are you
sir.
going to study?
I'm not sure what I'm going to study. I'm looking at maybe sports management. I've also kind of looked at political science a little bit, and I'm kind of interested in that, and I don't really know yet.
I can see you in political science. You could go on from there, go to get your graduate degree at American University in Washington, D.C., and be a politician of some
sir.
kind. Maybe we need that.
Playing golf.
Maybe,
yes,
yeah, there you go. They all do anyway. You could be a doctor and play golf.
Yes, sir.
Sierra, you're going to UK?
Yes.
And sports management. What are you looking for in the sports management program?
Well, right now, thank you. Right now, I intern over at LCA with their athletics department, and I just really love the environment. Like, I love being a part of all the teams and helping them out and just really seeing all of them succeed. So that's what I want to get out from it.
Well, fantastic. Well, we're just about at the end of this halftime. They're going to come out and warm up here real quick. We want to go over some stats with you. So I want to thank you both, Sierra and Joe.
Thank you.
I want to make sure what's that name again?
Bouchon.
Bouchon.
Yes,
Bouchon.
Sir.
That's like.
I don't think so. I'm not aware. Maybe, I don't know.
Were you at are you from New Orleans or somewhere? That sounds like one of those New Orleans names.
No,
one of those Cajun names.
My mom's parents are Cajun. My dad's parents, when we get the name, are actually from the Germany area, and they immigrated to the States a long time ago before I was here.
But I'm sure. Sierra Howard, right? Yeah. Well, congratulations on both of you. Thanks for coming up and talking to us on PrepSpin, and we sure wish you the best of luck.
Let's go Generals.
All right, go Generals. Thank you very much. William, want to stay right here and do some stats? All right, we're going to stay right here and do some stats.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you all.
Good group up here. Nice bunch of people. Let's look over some stats real quick here while Gary Ball's politicking over here like he always does. All right. Gary, did you send me any food this time?
I'll get you one.
Gary Ball, he takes a break at halftime and he brings me food. We were over at Lexington Catholic, and what he brought me was this hot dog. And I'm telling you what, this hot dog looked like it was one of those things that were in the convenience store that was been grilling for like 48 hours. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, William. We're going to look at some stats real quick. You want to do that? Or?
I'll do those things.
All right. Take a look at these stats, and I tell you what, Lafayette has kind of pulled it away. Gary Ball looks like they're doing pretty well.
Billy messed up. Let me get my headset adjusted here, Coach.
A lot of action up here in the press box.
No, your young kids mangled my headset. That's okay. They were great young people.
They were, weren't
Sierra and talk the golfer too. All right, let's look at these numbers here as Coach tries to catch up. We only got about a couple minutes here before the start of the second half. By the way, if you're just tuning in, Lafayette leads 28-12 here at halftime. They got 15 first downs in that first half to Simon Kenton's 5. Looking at some overall numbers, 162 passing yards. Lexington 14-7 halftime score. Central leads Catholic. And Scott County leads Ryle 28-27 at halftime. Those are some scores. Look at the individual numbers of this game. We talked about time of possession. Coach Meehan and I referenced that. 17 minutes of football for Lafayette. Just 6 minutes and 24 seconds of possession for the Simon Kenton Pioneers. Looking at individual, Racky was 4 or 5, 2 touchdown passes, 113 yards. Looking at Lafayette, Cameron Morgan, 14 carries, 122 yards in that first half. Walker Wood, 15 carries, 73 yards. Walker Wood, 9 of 16 passing, 162 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Quentin Brown was the big receiver in the first half. QB had 5 catches for 83 yards and that big touchdown that put him up 21-12. They lead 28-12 right now. Fisher Hayden had 2 big touchdown catches for Simon Kenton, 105 yards in that first half of action. Look at these tackles. Tanner Green came off the bench and had 5 tackles. Brian Carter, those gaudy stats, 141 tackles. He had 4.5 in the first half. Ian Shaw led Lafayette with 4 tackles in the first half. And, of course, they got the big interception by Brian Jackson in that first half. We're just about set for the second half here. Everybody's heading back out on the field here. Individual scoring, we'll have to give that to you a little bit later, as both teams were just about 10 seconds away. And it will be Simon Kenton receiving the ball to start the second half. Lafayette leads 28-12. William Warfield, of course, the king of string. Williams heading down to do the, what's that classic called, Mr. Warfield? Gulf Coast Classic. And is that Fort Myers, Florida? And that's BD Global, right? So he's heading down to do how many? 24 college games? 24 college basketball games. Of course, next Friday night, right now, Louisville Central leading Catholic at half, 14-7. And what was the LCA score, William Warfield, with Danville and LCA? 14-14 LCA and Danville locked up at halftime. Here, it's Lafayette 28, kicking to Simon Kenton 12 here. Gary Ball, Coach Mike Meehan, William Warfield here. We're just about, sorry, Coach, you do all those interviews. Doesn't give you much time to no time. They brought that up late. They didn't have any at the beginning, so they brought it up late. But
I'm looking forward to this game.
Set to kick off is Lafayette to start the second half with a 28-12 lead. Back deep for the Pioneers is going to be Murray to the bottom and Vance out to the top. Short kick, bounces around, scooped up by Simon Kenton 35, and then dropped at the 37-yard line. And Tanner Green, the return man there for Simon Kenton. So they'll start their first series at the 37-yard line, Coach, and it is Lafayette 28. We gave you the stats there. The big number I saw there, time of possession, Coach, 17-plus minutes of football for Lafayette in that first half. Just 6 minutes and 24 seconds of possession for Simon Kenton. Therein lies why you have a 28-12 lead here as we start the second half for Lafayette. How about that Ryle Scott County scored 28-27 at halftime?
We knew that was going to be a good game. And I think you picked Ryle in that game because strength of their defense.
And undefeated going in. Here's Racky out of the gives now to Hampton. He's hitting the backfield. Hampton dropped back at the 33-yard line. And it was big Xavier Douglas helped out.
That's a really good job of just locking up. And Hampton, number 25, Dylan Hampton, had his helmet come off, so he has to sit out a play. He's got to go to the sideline for a play.
He'll go to the sideline. John Sargent, the sophomore running back, who has 734 yards coming in. Sargent, the ball carrier, he's not going anywhere.
Oh, nothing.
I tell you what, Coach, since the first 2 series offensively for SK, when they had those long touchdown passes to Hayden, this Lafayette defense has been totally different.
It has, and they're really playing strong on the line of scrimmage. The Pioneers are testing that run defense, and boy, I tell you what, Lafayette's coming through.
So 3rd and long for the Pioneers at the 35-yard line. Racky and Shear back there. Racky to the right. Shear, the quarterback, out of the gun. Here comes the blitz. Backside. Shear steps up, avoids it. Now throws it downfield, and it's intercepted by Lafayette at the 40. Intercepted and picking it off is number 2, Jordan Thomas. That's his 5th interception, Coach, of this 2016 campaign for Jordan Thomas.
Jordan Thomas was right there, Johnny, on the spot, but that ball was poorly thrown because of the pressure rack he had on him. Again, Gary, like we talked about in the first half, Lafayette's coming at him with everything they have, and he is rushing his throws.
So Lafayette with the pick right off the bat of Shearer, the backup who was in their rack. He was actually the running back that time. They interchanged those two guys, Cam Rackey, the senior, and Shearer, the junior.
I missed that then, but Shearer, he just did not throw a good pass at all.
Cameron Morgan is to the right of Walker Wood as they start at the 40 after the interception by Thomas. Morgan, the ball carrier. He's got slips and falls, and, Coach, you talked about it. We've seen a lot of slips on this field tonight. Morgan slipped on the cut as Elijah Jackson made the stop there for the Nears defense.
Yeah, it's a warm temperature. I wouldn't think there would be any kind of a
We've had
frost
4 or 5 slips, haven't we, Coach?
We have, and could have been big plays a lot of times.
If you're just tuning in, 10 minutes 37 in the third quarter. Gary Ball, Mike Meehan, William Moorfield here on PrepSpin. Lexington Lafayette, number 5 in the state, leads Simon Kenton 28-12. Second down and 6. Walker Wood passes near side and is incomplete up near midfield.
No, he caught it. Did he catch it?
No, he ruled it incomplete, Coach. Immediately the referee, the official right there, was ruling incomplete. Yeah. So I'm like you, that was intended for Quentin Brown. So bring up third down and 6. 10-21.
Walker's throwing a little low tonight. You know, it might have his strides off a little bit. We'll see.
The stats provided by WL Stats, they show him 9 of 17, 162, 2 touchdown passes tonight for Walker Wood, the Paul Horning Award winner for the top quarterback in the state, and I'd say he'll probably win Mr. Football as well. Third down, I don't think it'll even be close. Wood, he's accounted. Wood looking, steps up. Wood's going to tuck it. Tucks it back to the far hit, and as he's knocked down, he got the first down. As he's hit from behind, big number 78, that was Courtney. As Courtney hit him, though, he knocked him forward a couple yards for the first down.
Corey was the one who chased him in the backfield. When he got through by Corey, he chased him down and hit him from behind. Yes, he did knock him forward, but that was another good scramble by Walker.
So Walker Wood, so far tonight, 16 carries, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns rushing. Wood gives to Morgan, and Morgan to the Simon Kenton. He won't go down to the 43. What a great effort by Cameron Morgan, the junior. You know, he'll be back next year for the Generals. Only a junior. Picks up 5. Green made the stop. Green was our leading tackler in the first half on those stat sheets with 5 tackles, and Tanner Green makes another stop there.
Those linebackers are very, very active. We mentioned that early in the game. You said that before the game, to watch these guys. They have an enormous amount of tackles this season.
9.5 to go in the third. Second down and 5 for the Generals at the Pioneers' 43-yard line. Lafayette, 11-1 coming in, only lost to Trinity. Here's quick toss now to Morgan. Morgan 35, and it's got the first down as he's tripped up. Cameron Morgan shaking up a little bit too. Kincaid. Morgan getting up slowly, but Kincaid made another. You know, Kincaid's made a number of those saving stops out there on that island, hasn't he? That's about his 3rd or 4th stop here tonight.
Right, and that's the first time we've seen option this time. You know, they ran a little down the line, straight line option, and Walker Wood pitched it. I'm really impressed with the running back.
Lafayette got the interception at the 40 by Thomas, his 5th pick of the season. And they're marching down. We got an official's timeout.
One of the Simon Kenton players is tying his shoe.
Doing some equipment repairs there.
That's right.
One of the defensive, that's Green, by the way, who's been outstanding, number 15. Simon Kenton coached by Jeff Marksberry in his 17th season there at Simon Kenton, a Covington Holmes guy. Jeff played it for the Bulldogs of Holmes back in the day. Morgan up the middle, running hard. He's at the 30, and he's to the 28-yard line. No, excuse me, that's Ballhead. Robinson. Javarius in there for the first time.
Javarius, Ballhead
Robinson. Jackson made the stop. That was Javarius.
Nice job. Javarius needs to hold that ball a little tighter to his body. He was swinging that body out there a little bit. Do not need a turnover right here. This is a really nice drive. They're taking a lot of time off the clock, moving the ball down the field.
Yeah, 8 minutes and 15 seconds here in the third quarter with Lexington Lafayette, 2nd down and 3. They've got to get to the 25 of SK for the first down. Lafayette, led by their all-state quarterback, their all-state lineman, Jed Wills, who just committed to Alabama. Wood looking. Pressure. Wood rolling to the right, and he's going to be sacked way back at the 40-yard line. And in there to get him was big Drew Pompilio.
Big Drum Pompilio is all over the place, and Jai Courtney too. I mean, that defensive tackle, I've seen him disrupt a lot of plays tonight.
You know, that was good coverage by secondary of Simon Kenton, but I thought Walker might have been more advised to maybe cut that back up inside maybe quickly before holding on to that ball like that.
Right, and again, he had to eat the football because there was nobody open.
Cameron Morgan, 17 carries, 139 yards, but got up a little slow on one carry.
Cover two again.
Walker Wood, quick pump fakes. Now throws it deep down the left side, airs it out, and it's going to be, did he catch it? No, he dropped it. Down inside the 5 on the far side. Looked like it was Edwards. Yep, Daquan Edwards over there.
Nice coverage out there, too. Really nice coverage. Number 6, Jacob Book, again, was on the coverage. So they're not going to get him. They're not going to fool him again down that sideline.
So Lafayette looks like they're going to go for it. Looking at Guilfoyle, I talked about him, Matthew Guilfoyle, the big guy. 1 catch, 16 yards in this game. This might be a good time to go to him because he's such a good receiver, a sure-handed receiver.
Well, Lafayette keeps working the outside. If you notice that, the couple big plays they had were in the middle. When they run this cover 2, there is an area in the middle that they can hit it with those curl patterns.
Guilfoyle's a tight end to the left side. Here is Walker Wood stepping up, throws it, and it is going to be incomplete, and it was intended for Sherman.
Yeah, that ball hit Sherman in the hands. I think it should have been caught. He ran a little dig route, it looked like to me, coming across the middle at a good distance, but, boy, I tell you what.
Big possessioner now for the Pioneers, Coach. They're down 2 scores. They're down 16 points, 7:04 to go in the third, and Coach Marksberry's got a little meeting going over there with his football team over on the far sideline with Simon Kenton.
Right. I mean, the rushing has just been non-existent here by Simon Kenton. They're wanting to throw the ball. Have 100. Listen, look.
Racky, 113
yards passing, but they're not been able to run the football. They've got to establish some sort of running game here.
They have it at the 39, first down. Racky. Quick pass, right side. He's got Vance, 40. Vance, 45. Vance down the far sideline, breaking tackles. Vance to 30. He's gone. 10, 5. Touchdown, Vance. Luke Vance.
Again, exactly the same thing that happened in the other touchdowns they had.
Yep.
You have a defender right there, just misses the tackle. He slips the tackle, and Vance is a heck of a runner. He's got some pretty good speed.
That's his 14th touchdown catch of the season for Vance.
That'll tell you something, won't it?
So he makes it 28-18, and Coach are probably going to go for 2 here again, aren't they? They've gone for 2 every time.
Well, I would say they've been trying to catch up. They've been trying to catch up, so sooner or later they've got to decide whether they're going to, bet the bank that they're going to score more and kick the extra points.
28-18 after the long touchdown catch of, what was that, Coach, 60 yards?
60, yes.
61 yards by Luke Vance. Going for 2. Quarterback, he's going to roll in easily as he walks in for the 2-point conversion. Racky's hit, goes down.
There's the flag, too.
Yeah, he was hit in the end zone.
It's a late hit in the end zone, so that's going to really hurt Lafayette, too.
So Racky, but it looks like he gets up. It's going to be okay. 2-point conversion. With 6:53 in the third, it makes it Lexington Lafayette 28, Simon Kenton 20. So, Coach, go back to the Lafayette series. Looked like Edwards had one down inside the 10, but as he went down, he couldn't hold on to that football. But it looked like a well-thrown football by Walker Wood.
It did look like a well-thrown football, and again, sometimes he just throws the heat with the ball, and it's hard to catch it sometimes because just the amazing quick release is the thing that impresses me the most. I like his feet. I'm impressed with his feet. But again, when you go to the next level and play college football, you got to be able to get rid of that ball quickly. It's got to come in your hands quickly, and I'm really impressed with the way he does that. But again, Guilfoyle's got to start coming through, catching that football. We got to target him. We got to find a way to get. We have to find a way to get Guilfoyle open.
Yeah,
I think he's a real threat to get the football.
Well, and that penalty is a unsportsmanlike, as you said, Coach. They hit the quarterback as he ran it in. They hit him 5 yards deep in the end zone, so that will be assessed on the kick. And if you're Simon Kenton here, Coach, where you're kicking it from, you almost have to try an onside kick, don't you?
Well, you either kick it in the end zone and try to get him back on the 20 and just say, let's make them work for it, or you onside kick the ball. Notice they're moving it to the other hash. Kicker has the choice of where he wants to put the ball. He can put the ball on either hash or in the middle of the field.
Right.
And he's placing it on the right hash.
Racky 5 of 6, Coach. 174 yards passing, 3 touchdown passes for Simon Kenton.
In short passes. All were yak passes.
So they're going to kick from the 45 of Lafayette. Let's see if they are lined up like they're going to try an onside kick. But it didn't go 10 yards. Picked up by Lafayette. He's taken off. He's going. That is going to be Brown. I think it's Brown. Hard to see the number. Nope. Let's see who that was. That's a touchdown. Let's see who that is. Can't see a number. That's Ian Shaw.
That's
Shaw
Ian Shaw.
picked it up. It said, okay, I'm going to take it to the house.
Yeah, if you're not going to pick it up, I'm going to pick it up.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That was Ian Shaw.
When the ball doesn't go 10 yards, the receiving team's permitted to go inside the 10-yard area to get the ball. The offensive team can't really go inside the 10-yard area to get it, but they can fall on it.
What a heads-up play by Ian Shaw.
Right.
63 yards, Coach. And the touchdown. That puts them back. What a play. Well, we couldn't see the number, so we thought it was Brown, but it was Ian Shaw.
Right.
Couldn't see the number from up here.
But he was flying, wasn't he?
He was flying. We know that.
He was flying down the field.
My
Those
goodness.
red socks on, those high red socks, and he was moving.
6:46, and it's 34-20, and Averitt will try to make it 35-20 to answer the Simon Kenton long touchdown catch by Vance.
Opportunistic. I'm telling you, this Lafayette team, they're in the last couple of years, they've been very opportunistic. Very, very well coached and opportunistic.
Averitt extra point is up, and it is good. So with 6:46 to go in the third, Ian Shaw with one of the most heads-up plays you'll ever see in high school football. And, Coach, I know we couldn't see the number, but that's probably a Sports Center top 10 right there.
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
Da-da-dun,
Absolutely.
We did pick it up after you got in the end zone. We picked up a number, but couldn't see it from up here. But that was Ian Shaw, the son of the head coach, Eric Shaw. And, Coach, what an answer by Lafayette after SK had cut it down to 28-20. Now it's 35-20 on an onside kick return of 63 by Ian Shaw.
I know they're wishing right now they would have kicked it in the end zone, give it to
what I would have done.
20. Wow, man.
They say hindsight's 20/20.
Yep. It's way, way, way 2020 when something like that happens.
So 35-20 Generals. The winner here will take on the winner of that Scott County Ryle game, which was a 1-point barn burner at halftime. 28-27. Cardinals led the Ryle Raiders.
Yep.
Of course, you know the connection there with Ryle. Mike Engler, the former offensive coordinator. Lex Kath is the head coach now at Ryle.
Really good football school up there now. Took away some of the players from a couple of places like Boone County, but pretty good football school.
Had to bring that up, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to.
Here's the kick. Short kick, and Simon Kenton's going to recover it at the 43-yard line.
Heads up by Jaron Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper again. Cooper's done that a couple times tonight, hasn't he, Coach?
Very dependable, good hands, and
Thanks
he was
to
right there.
Mingy Beef Jerky. That's right, you got to try this stuff. Mingy Beef Jerky. We'll present the Mingy Beef Jerky after the game. Thanks to White, Greer, and Maggard. Thanks to UK Sports Medicine. Rob Uller, he's in the house here tonight. Rob Uller, UK Sports Medicine.
They do a really good job.
They're outstanding.
Really
Jenny Williams is the athletic trainer. Check out the Scholastic Ball Report. That'll be Sunday at 12:30 on the CW. Our team of the week, the Lexington Catholic Knights. Our scholar athletes from the Madison Central State Championship Band. And Mackenzie Brenner, one of the top swimmers in the state from West Jessamine. All that on the show. Handoff goes now to Hampton, and he breaks a tackle to the 40. It's still going to the midfield stripe. Nice run there by Dylan Hampton.
Yeah, nice, powerful run. Ran through a couple tackles. Again, they're really trying to throw the football, run the football, which is pretty smart. That'll set up their passing game.
Prior to that run by Hampton, he had 3 carries, 2 yards. He just picked up 6 yards on that carry.
Right.
There's a penalty marker down. Face mask against the Generals.
Boy, those penalties are just killing them. The wrong time.
6:34 to go, and it's when we can see Commonwealth Stadium from high atop the press box here at Ismail Stadium. Lit up over there. They'll take on Austin P. That'll be a massacre tomorrow. Hampton, first down and more. Still running, 40. Hampton lowers his shoulder down to the 35. Finally run out of bounds over there by Ugboja, they call him.
Yeah, that was a nice job, too. They're really pushing the ball on the ground now. They're seeing something that they realize that in order for them to really get into this game and get back into this game, they're going to have to move the football, and they're running the ball.
Lafayette's rushed for over 200 yards, Coach.
Yeah.
So first down for Simon Kenton at the 35. Cam Rackey has Dylan Hampton to his left. Triple receivers to the bottom. Gives to Hampton, and he's hit this time, and Xavier Douglas says no. You keep going back to that well, and they stop him for about a 2-yard loss.
Douglas is a wall. I'm telling you what.
Well, he's 6 foot, 300 pounds, Coach.
Oh, he's a wall. You can't get around that. I mean,
he's an immovable object.
Man, he bear hugged him.
Second down and 12. Rackey out of that gun again. Fakes now. Cam looks, throws, and incomplete.
Get your feet around.
And trying to go to Sam Murray, incomplete. He's up third down and 12 with 5:49 here in the third. And if you're just tuning in, Gary Ball with Coach Mike Meehan, former Dunbar head coach, former LCA state championship assistant coach. Started out as Bryan Station, I believe.
Yeah, state championship there, too.
At Bryan Station. So you were part of a couple of state championship staff. You got a couple rings, don't you, Coach?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do.
Third and 12 for Rackey and Simon Kenton. He looks over toward the sideline now. Now he's going to shift Vance, who caught that long touchdown there a couple of series ago, and now he's looking that way. Rackey getting pressure and eludes it, rolls to the right, eludes another sack, steps up, fires it downfield, up for grabs, and it's going to be incomplete down near the goal line. Intended down there for number 9, and that was intended for Fisher Hayden.
He threw that ball 45 yards in the air.
Yeah, he did.
He just launched that thing.
An incomplete pass stops the clock, 5:38.
He had a couple receivers down there, too.
He did.
That could have been complete.
He had Hayden. Hayden already has 2 touchdown catches, Coach.
Yeah.
Hayden, he caught him early in the game.
But again, flushing him out of the pocket. Lafayette's been just giving Rackey problems all night long. I love the General's rush.
I do, too. So fourth down and 11. That's the horn here. The foghorn by the railroad tracks here. Now in there is Matt Shearer, the junior quarterback. Rackey, here's Shearer back. Shearer under duress, throws it, and incomplete.
No, it's intercepted.
Picked off. Excuse me, I missed that.
Touchdown.
And here goes Lafayette back the other way to the 30.
Oh, no, he blocked him in the back.
Is there a
penalty? It's a block in the back.
Yeah, they picked off, but that's going to come back.
25-yard
Fishback, Damian Fishback, but there is a flag down. This one's coming back. I would have my binoculars on the receiver. It went off his hands, and Coach was right there on top of it picking up that interception.
Okay, but I also picked up the block in the back. The coach staff of Lafayette are not going to be happy about this at all. This is absolutely way behind the play. The block in the back occurred on about the 30-yard line. The receiver,
why do you do that?
The interceptor was already 5 yards past running for the touchdown.
The guy's past you. Why do you even block anybody?
You shouldn't have. Nobody should be blocking.
That's a no-brainer.
In fact, teams that get that intercepted against them, they sometimes try to push people into blocks to make it look like a block in the back.
And boy, Cam Rackey is upset. They're having to help assist him to the sideline. He's got his helmet off. He is really upset.
That was just wrong. I mean, big mistake by Lafayette that time.
Yeah, it would have made it 42-20, Coach, and you would think almost out of reach.
Yeah, that would break it wide open. And they still might get it.
But the penalty is going to be huge. And I tell you what, I think, did we mention that was Damian Fishback who had the pick?
No, Damian Fishback.
Sophomore,
yeah.
Had the interception.
The ball, that's called the Whitney. That's called the
Fishback.
Whitney rule, by the way. I call that the Whitney rule. The ball, that interception goes against the quarterback, but it shouldn't.
Morgan down near the 35. Nice pickup of about 7, maybe 8 yards on the handoff from Walker Wood. Approaching 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go, third quarter. And it was Mueller, wasn't that Mueller? Yeah. Tanner Mueller, the nose tackle, did make the stop there, Coach.
The two things that Simon Kenton has to do, and they're not doing it right now. Number one is they need to hold that line of scrimmage and stop the run. And number two, they need to keep Walker Wood in the pocket.
Look at Morgan's numbers, Coach.
He's the one that's
146
doing it right
yards.
now. Yeah.
Snap, but Walker Wood picks it up. He's going to roll to the right, try to make something out of nothing. Then he does as he gets the first down to the 30-yard line. Man, he bobbled the ball back at the 38. Walker Wood said, hey, I'm going to make something out of nothing, and picks up the first down to the 30. and keeps that moves the chains and keeps that clock winding down.
That's his skill. That's exactly what he does to really help this football team, is he will get them out of trouble when something like that happens. Nice job.
Walker Wood now 18 carries, 63 yards. We said Cameron Morgan 18 carries, 146. Boy, Lafayette has definitely been the rushing football team, Coach. As you said, Simon Kenton, not much rushing at all. Morgan into the middle, down the lane. Morgan 20. Morgan 15, 10, turns on the Jets, leaps in, and is it a touchdown? Yeah, he broke the plane. Touchdown, Morgan.
What was so slow about that call? It was obvious.
He broke the 31-yard touchdown run by Morgan. So Cameron Morgan now goes up to 177 yards rushing and a touchdown here tonight, and that puts Lafayette up 41-20. 4:06 to go here in this third quarter.
Yeah, Cameron Morgan is looks like he's going to be a really, really threat for this football team for a couple of years.
Oh, he has become a force, hasn't he, Coach?
Yes, he has.
And it's happened in the last 4, 5, 6 ball games, really.
Well, that's what you need. You need that guy in the backfield to go along with that quarterback in that passing game.
So here comes Sutton Averett with the extra point to try to put him up 42-20. Simon Kenton sideline very concerned right now, as well they should be. And that kick is up and good. So 4:06 in the third. It's Lexington Lafayette on a 31-yard run by Cameron Morgan. They lead Simon Kenton 42-20. And we'll be back here on the PrepSpin.com Game of the Week.
When you're not happy with your smile, you feel down. When you feel down, you stay in bed. When you stay in bed, you miss deadlines. When you miss deadlines, a lot of kids are upset. Don't upset a lot of kids. Love your smile. Call White, Greer, and Maggard today.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
4:06, here's the kickoff by the Generals, Averett. You know, we probably haven't given that kid enough credit this year, Coach, that kicker. He kicks that one and it goes out of bounds. As we say that, he does kick it out of bounds, but he is pretty consistent on extra points.
Yeah, he's very consistent. I feel like he'd be, in a real crucial game, he'd be a good field goal kicker, too.
The winner here takes on the winner of Ryle and Scott County. The last score we had on that, Coach, was 28-27 at halftime, Scott County. And the winner of that game, if Lafayette holds on here, they would have to come here and play Lafayette at Lafayette next Friday night, right after Turkey Day. By the way, Coach, happy Thanksgiving to you and Lynn and the Meehan family. It's coming up Thursday. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving this week. And, you know, it's always a great time for these teams that are going to be practicing on Thanksgiving, isn't it, Coach?
They love it, and they're a family. That our young people that we interviewed at halftime said the same thing. Joe said the same thing, that they're quite a family, and they like to spend that time together.
Racky, quick pass to Vance. He's got it. Vance and hit, and Vance tackled right there at the 35, maybe a yard or two pickup. And stop made by number 2 there, and that Jordan Thomas, who has an interception today.
Yeah.
Second down.
Jordan Thomas didn't miss that tackle. So they've had some problems on those little quick flares and little quick hitch patterns making the tackle, but not that time.
2nd and 9, 3:37 to go in the third. Lafayette up 42-20. Handoff, Hampton hit hard and not going anywhere.
Lafayette's dominating this football game right now. They're dominating the line of scrimmage on both sides.
Ian Shaw in there. Ian Shaw's got one of the best plays you'll ever see, folks. You got to tell your friends to go back and watch that on PrepSpin. It was an onside kick by SK. Everybody's standing around. Ian Shaw came out of nowhere, scooped it up, went 63 yards for the touchdown, Coach. That was a game changer.
It was. A momentum changer for sure.
Racky throws high, incomplete. Up near midfield, trying to go to Luke Vance, who has a touchdown catch tonight. Vance, by the way, tonight, 2 catches, 62 yards, and the score. Fisher Hayden has 2 catches, 105 yards, and 2 scores. 3:05 to go in the third.
Simon Kenton's having trouble solving this defensive riddle here on the because of the pressure. And now Lafayette is not pressuring. They're backing up, and it's giving their quarterbacks fits.
And somebody jumped offside. It was the right defensive end, big number 99, Williams. He jumped off over there. So that instead of 4th and 8, it'll be 4th and about 3 now. Does that change your call on your play there, Coach, if you're
Absolutely.
SK?
Absolutely. And again, they like to run these little flares, these little hitch patterns, and that's what they've been doing and breaking tackles and going to the house.
So 4th down and 3, and they bring in Matt Scheer now.
It's funny they're not punting the ball right here. They're not out of the game. It's still 3 minutes to go in the quarter.
In the third. So Scheer out of the gives to Racky. Back they go now on the to Murray. Murray is going to be up close to the first down marker.
I don't think he made it.
I don't think he got it either. I think he's about a half a yard shy. Nice play by Shaw, Douglas and company.
Not sure about that
I
call,
think they
Sherry.
stopped him short. And the officials say they stopped him. Lafayette football. What a great – that was a super play there by Ian Shaw, Coach.
It was a super play by Ian Shaw, but I am not too sure about that play call.
It's kind of like a reverse.
Yeah, it was like a double reverse, and it just takes too much time when you're playing against a team with that kind of speed. You know, they're going to get out there, and I guess they were just trying for the home run, trying to have, you know.
Lafayette's only lost this year, Coach, to Louisville Trinity. We did that game here on PrepSpin, and of course, Simon Kenton's only lost to Ryle.
Would you say this is one of Trinity's best football teams, Gary?
No, I do not. I think they're beatable.
Pretty good offensively, though.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's their best quarterback they've ever had. Of course, they've had some pretty good ones.
Yes.
Morgan into the line and knocked down at the 40 and coming in there.
Face mask. I think it's going to be against Simon
Cooper.
Kenton.
I think Cooper, 22, might have made the. And Carter was there as well, the linebacker.
If that's a face mask, that's another advantage of Lafayette.
I say that, Coach, but you know Trinity's still got to get past Ballard tonight and then the winner of the St. X male game before they get to the state this year.
And I think they'll get back past Ballard easily, but Male is a very good football
and they
team.
play St. X tonight. I don't that was at St. X, so you give a little bit of an edge there to the Tigers because it's at St. X, but a heck of a football game there between those two. And you know, Louisville male coaches, you know you're a regular viewer of the Scholastic Ball Report Sundays at 12:30 on CW. They came from Louisville and did my show about a month ago.
And they were good, too, by the way.
Yeah, did a great
really
job.
Impressive.
Coach Chris Wolf.
Some really impressive young men.
Sunday at 12:30, you can check it out. Lexington Catholic Team of the Week, Madison Central Marching Band State Champions, Mackenzie Brenner, swimmer on the panel swim shop segment, UK Sports Medicine, Dr. Carter Cassidy, all that on the show Sunday. And inside to Morgan. Morgan, and boy, what a nice run there by Morgan down to the 19, pickup of about 6.
Yeah, he's making a huge difference in this football game. Everybody, you know, you talk a lot about Walker Wood, and you know, absolutely you should.
Morgan's going to go over 200 yards tonight. We still got a quarter to play, and he's got 187 yards on 21 carries and a touchdown.
And you know what? They're securing the ball really well.
Right.
And that's something I'm
impressive.
very impressed. Well, both teams are actually.
You know,
except
think
for
about
those
it.
interceptions.
Think about it. Yeah, SK's thrown
2 interceptions.
Two picks.
Yeah.
Walker Wood, no picks tonight.
Yeah, good security.
Second down. Wood gives to Morgan. Morgan trying to bounce it outside. Does! And Morgan run out of bounds finally at about the 13-yard line. Cameron Morgan at 5'10", 175-pound junior. And it was Jacob Book there making the hit for the Simon Kenton defense. 1:42 to go, third quarter. Lexington Lafayette, if you're just tuning in, 42. And Simon Kenton 20. Gary Ball, Coach Mike Meehan, William Warfield producing. Join us next Friday night for a semifinal game, Coach. We'll be full of turkey and we'll be ready for some football next Friday night.
Yeah, well, that's the truth. I mean, hopefully the weather will hold a little bit. I know it's going to get colder, which is fine. Just to keep it where these kids get an opportunity to play in good weather.
Well, they're playing in perfect weather tonight. Morgan again, right side hit, and this time he will go down in the backfield, and that's Carter. That's Brian Carter, the tackling machine, they call him. 141 tackles coming in.
Yeah, he's amazing.
6'1",
everywhere.
215-pounder, Coach. And Coach Marksberry told me today on the phone he's probably going to be a MAC player, play in the MAC conference.
He could play a lot of different places. He looks like he's got the size. And when he tackles, he locks you up.
Sure does. He wraps you up, too. 1:10 to go, third quarter. And Lexington Lafayette looks like they're going to advance to the Final Four next Friday. And, Coach, they'll be playing right back here at Ishmael Stadium.
This is going to be an interesting play call here. Walker Wood might be doing some scrambling on this one.
He tucks it.
And he did.
Wood back inside the 5, and Walker to the 5. Yeah, he faked the pitch and hit hard at the 5. And the stop was made by Tanner Mueller, the junior. And it brings up third down at about 3. They can get a first down inside the 3-yard line, Coach?
Right. Mr. Wood's having a good football game, but I will tell you something. He's going to be sore in the morning.
Yeah.
He's been hit.
He's rushed for 70 yards. He's thrown for 162, and he has 2 touchdown passes and rush. So, Coach, he's now up to 50 touchdowns passing and rushing on the season.
It's amazing.
50.
I don't know anybody in the state that can touch those statistics.
Wood tucks it in. Is he going to get in? Yes, he does. Touchdown. 5 yards out by Walker Wood. And my goodness, Lafayette spreading out that lead. They lead it 48-20 now over this very good Pioneer Simon Kenton team.
They just found the weakness and they're exploiting it. I see nothing from Simon Kenton now that even hints that they can stop Lafayette's game.
I agree.
And Lafayette, what they've said is, hey, we're going to run the football. You know, we don't need to throw the football against this team. We figured out we can block them. We're going to run the ball.
Wood's only thrown 19 passes on the season, on the game.
It's a good game plan. I'm going to tell you, it's a really good game plan. I've complimented Lafayette's coaching staff before. Coach Shaw, his assistants, just a really nice job.
13 seconds, and here's Averett again for the extra point. Averett's kick is up, and it is good. So 49-20, Coach. Lafayette, 13 seconds, and the Generals trying to go to 12-1 and trying to take on either Ryle or Scott County next Friday night. And if it is Scott County, Coach, that'll be a rematch of that game that they never got to finish. It was unfinished business, but Lafayette got the win and a forfeit.
But didn't everybody expect that that's going to happen? They're going to meet. It had to.
They got to get by Ryle, Coach. I'm telling you. I'll try to get an update on that Ryle score, but they got to get Ryle past Ryle first, Coach.
Maybe, but I think it's destiny that those two teams meet because that game was never finished, and they're going to finish it. They're going to finish it.
Coach, I'll try to get you an update on that game.
All right.
If you'll give us some stats or something there, I'll try to.
We'll just keep an eye on this kickoff. We have D for Simon Kenton, number 3, Sam Murray. And number 8, Luke Vance is deep. And Lafayette's been kicking short. Let's see if they kick short this time.
Trying to get an update on Scott County, but not having any
Good
luck.
Kicked it short to the 20-yard line.
30, but, man, turning up to the Jets up near the 40. Good return there with some speed by Sam Murray.
Yeah, Sam Murray just ran in there like a steamroller. No hesitation whatsoever.
See if I can get an update on Scott County.
I think the tackle on that play, number 44, I believe, was made the tackle, and it was just a.
Well, I'm giving an update on LCA and Danville. 28-21, LCA just scored 9.5 minutes ago in that one, and Danville leads 28-21.
That game can go either way, like last time. Remember the last game?
Yep.
Same thing.
Cardinals still lead 28-27 with 3 minutes to go in the third, Coach. Here's quarterback to the midfield, Shearer, and Ian Shaw's going to run him out of bounds. So Lafayette up top 49-20. That's going to do it for the third quarter. As we head to the final quarter here, Scott County is still leading Ryle by a point late in the third. Here's we head to the fourth. It's all Lexington Lafayette. Generals 49, Pioneers 20 here. On PrepSpin, the White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White Greer and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White Greer and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
Quarterback pump fakes, now throws it deep, receiver down there, and he's going to catch it at the 15, cuts it back to 10, the 5 out of bounds on a nice catch there, and that's going to be Fisher Hayden.
Wasn't that a nice catch over his outside shoulder?
Great catch.
Pretty decent throw, better catch, nice job. They're not going to give up. A team that's 11-1 coming into the playoffs is not going to give up easily. So they could make it a game here if they score here quickly.
Into the third quarter, Lexington Catholic's got some work to do, Coach. Louisville Central leads them 21-7.
21-7, that's not good at all for Lexington Catholic.
Racky. Quick pass,
nice
caught
block
out there by Vance, and he's going to take it in for the score. Touchdown, Luke Vance, 7-yard strike from Racky. That's Racky tonight. That's his 4th touchdown pass. And that makes it 49-26 with 11:42 to go.
That play was made by Noah Darpel, a wide receiver out there blocking. He just did a super job of blocking and clearing it, opening up that hole. See, I'm telling you what, this football team is a good football team. They offensively, they're capable of coming back in this game. Defensively, they can't stop Lafayette.
Can't stop the run.
They have not been able to stop the run.
Morgan, who's got almost 200 yards rushing, and Walker Wood has 75 yards rushing.
Again, you have to compliment that offensive line. They're just doing a heck of a job.
Extra point from Christian Seeger. Kick is up, and it is good. So they'd been going for 2-point conversions. They finally allow Seeger to come in and kick one through the uprights. So with 11:42 to go in this one, and it's Lexington Lafayette 49, Simon Kenton Pioneers 27 out of Independence, Kentucky, here on PrepSpin. And we'll keep it right here. Thanks to William Moorfield again, the king of stream, for making it look so good tonight. Coach, always great working with my good buddy, Coach Mike Meehan. And, boy, Lafayette has come in here and hung up 49 already. We got a quarter to play.
And again, it's 49 points, and they could get quite a bit more unless Simon Kenton can. The Pioneers have got to figure out a way to stop this football team. They've got to figure out a way to stop the running game, and if they stop the running game, Lafayette's got a good passing game they can fall back on.
Scott County leads going into the fourth, 28-27. And we gave you an update on that Danville. Well, we knew that Danville LCA game would probably go down to the wire. Did the last time when we covered that game over in Danville. We
didn't know what was going to happen.
That was a shootout. That was one of the best games we've done all year.
It was fun.
11:42 to go in this one. Lafayette 49. Simon Kent just scored on a touchdown catch by Vance, 27. Low kick, still rolling, scooped at the 20. And that's Morgan. Morgan up to the 40. Morgan midfield. Morgan being chased, and Morgan all the way down to the 33. Morgan nearly took that to the house. Cameron Morgan, I tell you what, Coach.
He's having a game, isn't he?
I tell you what, Coach. He is going to be a special player next year.
Oh, he is. He's going to be a real leader, too. Again, they're going to have to replace the quarterback, but, with that guy and a running back, they're going to have a really good football team next year.
Got some offensive linemen, obviously, to replace. Jed Wills, the All-American, one of them, going to Alabama.
Very good at the point of attack. I've watched Jedrick Wills a lot tonight, and he's very, very good at the point of attack. His pass blocking is good. A little bit on the backside, I don't know, maybe a little lazy on the backside, but that's all, that's one of those things that the college coaches will work on.
Walker Wood at the 33. Slides, gives to Ballhead now. Robinson, he gets down to the 28-yard line. Pickup of about 4. So, Ballhead, and we have a flag, penalty marker down.
Yeah, it was thrown by the linesman out here. Let's use it.
Again, everybody have a great Thanksgiving holiday next week. Enjoy the time with your family. And next Friday night, you can catch Coach Meehan and I for another big high school. That'll be state semifinal action, Coach, here on PrepSpin.
And Thanksgiving, you know what, people? If you have stuff to share, find some people that need some help. There are people out there that aren't going to have a Thanksgiving dinner.
Right.
Catholic Action Center downtown, they're gathering up food. The food. What is it? The food place?
Food bank.
The food bank. They're gathering up food to give to families.
Hope Center.
We try to every year take care of a family if we can in our house.
Yeah, you do a great job with that, Coach. First down. Here's Morgan, and he's going to run the ball here.
Time, huh?
Carter there and company. And good game plan here by Lafayette. Run some clock here. You got 10 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the game. And, Coach, you look up, and if you're Lafayette, you got a 49-27 lead.
Yeah, and here's what I would do. I'd throw the ball now. I'd throw the football. I would loosen up that defense where you can get the running game going again and kick his clock. What I wouldn't do is run my quarterback. I would save my quarterback for the next week.
Second down. They'll play. Lafayette wins this. They'll play right here next Friday night.
Yeah.
Walker Wood rolling to the right, being chased. Sets, throws, and it's caught at the down at the 48 of Simon Kenton by Hewell's QB, Quentin Brown, and that's his 6th catch tonight.
That was a nice pattern. I've said before, I've coached some good receivers, and one of the best receivers I coached was Dougie Allen. And what I like about Quentin Brown is not only is he a good receiver, but he's like Dougie. He runs great routes. And I think that makes a big difference to a quarterback. When a quarterback knows when that guy's going to cut and where he's going to cut to.
One more catch by Brown. He's going to go over 100 yards tonight, Coach. He's got 6 catches, 94 yards.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
Third down and
get one right
about
here
4. 9:50 to go in this game. Lafayette's going to move on to the state semifinals next Friday night right here.
That's going to be illegal procedure by the offense. This wide receiver out here jumped.
Simon Kenton, 9 minutes to go in this one. You know, I guess it's not beyond realm of possibility to get 22 points if you're Simon Kenton in 9 minutes plus. But
no,
what you said, Coach, is the way Lafayette's moving the football is making it difficult for them. They got to have the ball to do that.
You have to have the ball to do it, and they just can't stop the running game. Now, they've gotten a penalty here that's going to back them up. But the last time they were backed up 3rd and long, Walker Wood took the ball himself and made the first down. So, again, they like to spread the field again. They've got the field widespread in this spread offense. It's a 0
3rd and 10.
They bring a running back here now.
Walker Wood fakes now and tucks it himself
like this.
Down to the 30, maybe the 29. Would it be 4th down? Clock continues to run with 9 minutes to go in this football game. Lexington Lafayette trying to win their 12th game. They got to the state championship last year and took on Louisville Male, who was nationally ranked, Coach, with one of their best teams ever, and they ran into a buzzsaw called the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was a fun team to watch, Male, wasn't it?
They were sensational.
Really tremendous athletic.
They finished number 8 in the country last year.
They had a bunch of guys go on to college, too.
Several.
Yeah.
8:40 to go in this one.
Louisville needs some of those skilled people from what I saw last night.
Yeah, they didn't look very good. They didn't look like a team that should be playing Alabama, did they?
No.
Walker Wood pumps, fires, and caught, but it's short of the first down by about a yard or so. Caught by Brown.
I think Brown thought he was.
I think he thought he had the marker, but he was about a yard shy of it.
Yeah, he ran his route to the marker instead of beyond the marker. You got to run your route beyond the marker and come back to it. Because he went down thinking, I got the first down here.
No, he was a yard short. So turn it over to Simon Kenton, 8:27 to play. Pioneers will get it. Pioneers 11-1. Their only loss was to Ryle, who's taking on Scott County right now. We'll try to get you a final on that one before we get off the air tonight. I know they're in the 4th quarter over there as well, with Cardinals leading Ryle by 28-27.
Our friend Darren Douglas just called this one in 31-20, Corbin's over Casey Town.
You know, Casey County winning that game 11-1, coached by Steve Stonebreaker.
Yeah. Stoney was at Woodford County.
Former Jacket head coach. 8:27. Simon Kenton takes it over on downs. Racky fakes, rolls to the right. Racky looking for the back to the left, throws it over there, and incomplete, trying to go to Vance. Incomplete.
A little collision over there.
Yeah, he was upended over there by Malik Price.
You talk about Stonebreaker. He did a decent job at Woodford County. He just didn't have the kids, I don't think.
Walker Wood tonight. 3 touchdowns rushing, Coach, 2 passing, 5 touchdowns. That puts him to 51 touchdowns on the season.
That's incredible.
Passing and rushing. 26 rushing, 25 passing. 8:20 to go in this one. Racky. He's going to tuck it. He's got some room. Now he stutter steps and runs out of bounds at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, he saved his life on that one. He had to go out of bounds.
Also got out of bounds, stop the clock.
Yeah, but that's a 3rd and 11 yards now. And this is a tough situation to be in against this team. 8 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the game, and you know what? They haven't figured out a way yet to get this ball moving down the field. Every time they score in big plays.
3rd down. Racky rolling to the right. Racky sets, throws, got a wide open receiver, Vance, 40. Vance, and he's finally upending the official at the 46-yard line. Catch made by Luke Vance. And Vance now, that's his 4th catch. Does have 2 touchdown catches as they refresh it. The big numbers, of course, Fisher Hayden, 3 catches, 144 yards and 2 touchdowns for Hayden. And that is the 4th catch for Vance for 91 yards and 2 scores.
Right. Those 2 guys have put a lot of yardage
Racky,
on.
rolling left, sets, throws, caught midfield, down to the 45, 42-yard line, and that is going to be, waiting to see, young man, that's 83, coach. That's going to be Noah Darple. Darple with his 1st catch.
We got a little timeout going here. Lafayette's called a timeout. Coach Shaw's going out there and saying, "Look, guys, all right,
yeah, we got 8 minutes to go.
We got 8 minutes to go. You can't let them, you can't let them complete those things that easy. What happened to our rush before? We had this rush going on.
Oh, they were all over the quarterback in the second and most of that 3rd quarter.
Now it's okay to get a team to catch the ball underneath you, so they don't throw the home run against you and knock the top off the defense. But you've got to keep pressure on the quarterback, because Racky especially, we've noticed tonight, when he has to throw quickly, he's not as accurate as he is when he has the time in the pocket. So pretty good football team, though, pretty good football player. Lafayette has just run this defense and this pressure defense that I haven't seen this year that's really, really doing a number on Simon Kenton. And Simon Kenton has not been able to run this football, and they cannot stop the run by Lafayette. And I think that's been the big difference in the game. When a team like Lafayette can control the ball, running the football against you, when you have a guy like Morgan, who's got 196 yards rushing right now, you're not going to win the game.
Update Scott County, they lead 34-27 over Rye with 10:27 to play. Racky looking. Throws it deep downfield, and his receiver there makes an unbelievable catch down to the 5-yard line. Great catch again by who else? Mr. Vance.
Mr. Vance, and, that's unbelievable.
What a catch.
Vance and Hayden are just tearing it up tonight. They really are.
7 minutes and 50 seconds, Coach, remaining. Well, what a catch there by Luke Vance.
Yeah, it was. And it might have been a little hand fighting going on there, too, but boy, you can't take anything away from it. It was just a nice catch.
Vance now 5 catches, 127 yards. They have it at the 6, 1st and goal. Racky rolling to the left. Racky looks, sets, throws, back of the end zone. Touchdown! And it's caught. And it's caught by Tim Cottrell. First catch for Cottrell.
You know what? I'm afraid, Gary, that the defensive pressure from Lafayette just got on the bus and waiting.
Something happened.
Getting ready to go to the locker room.
Well,
or
Coach,
something.
that makes it 49-33.
Yeah,
7:29 to play.
So they got to go for 2 here, do they? Don't they? Wouldn't you?
Racky is in there to hold
35,
for Seeger.
14 points.
That would cut to 15.
14. Yeah,
right now it's
would
at
be
16. Yeah, cut it to 15. Seeger's kick is up, and it is good. Just got it through the left upright.
Onside kick coming up.
So 7:29 to play, and Racky just hit Timmy Cottrell, and that makes it Lafayette 49 and Pioneers 34, 7:29. Just when you think that it's well in hand, Simon Kenton comes back with an answer like that.
Yeah, they had 2 touchdowns here just recently and making great catches, throwing the football. Lafayette maybe getting a little complacent in there on defense. Can't do it. You got to play these guys tough. You're not 11-1 for nothing.
So 49-34 now.
But here's the key, though, Gary. Lafayette's got to get this onside kick or the short kick or whatever it is and control the clock from this timeout. And they can do it. They can control 6-7 minutes off this clock if they want to. Got to get back to what they were doing best. They don't have anybody deep. They got their hands team up there.
This would be a good opportunity maybe to kick it a little bit deeper if you're SK.
Yeah, you got
nobody beyond the 30. You got the closest man up there that's Morgan up near the 30-yard line.
Right.
7:29 to play. Lexington Lafayette and
I wouldn't kick it to Shaw.
Simon Kenton. I know he just 63 yards, took one for a touchdown on the onside kick. Another onside kick, bounces high and still bouncing around. It looked like Lafayette's going to jump on it, though, at about the 37. Yeah, good hands over there.
It's a pretty good kick, actually. Yeah. Pretty good kick. A matter of luck, but pretty good kick.
Heads-up play by Noah Phillips, number 4.
Yeah, he did a really good job. That ball was bouncing around. It's hard to handle when you got everybody breathing down your neck like that.
So if I'm Lafayette here, Coach Meehan, and you're an offensive guru, you're as good as they come as far as working with offenses, quarterback. You got 7:26. Don't you just want to ground and pound here and run about 4 or 5 minutes off that clock and put this thing away?
Yeah, but I'd throw in first down. I would throw in first down. They're going to be thinking run. They're going to be thinking exactly what you said. Throw in first down, run the ball after that. You know, try to get the first down, move the chains.
Winner gets either Scott County or Ryle next Friday night, state semifinals. Walker Wood's going to tuck it, and he's to the 40. Wood's going to be tackled right there at the 40-yard line.
See, I really don't want my quarterback running the ball right now in this situation in this game. I understand that he's one of the best runners you have, and he could break it. But that's what they're looking for, too.
But the main thing, Coach, and you know as well as I do, you get 3 there. And the main thing, that clock has continued to run. It's under 7 minutes now. 6:59 to play, and you've still got a 15-point lead if you're a Lafayette Journal fan, 49-34.
Right, and you just can't afford to make a mistake, though.
That's true. You can't turn it over. Wood. Morgan, and he's close to the first down marker. Tackled there by Gavin Ball. But he's close to the first down marker, Cameron Morgan. You know, we saw a great Morgan early in the year. The quarterback for Ryle's name is Tanner Morgan. But this Cameron Morgan, he just went over 200 yards with that rush, Coach. Cameron Morgan, a junior, as they refresh it, 25 carries, 203 yards and a touchdown for Morgan.
We've seen some good running backs in town this year. You know, the running back at LCA, Dylan Wheatley, super job. Different kind of runner, more of a power runner.
And by the way, Coach, Danville just scored again. They're up 34-21 on LCA in the fourth quarter. So
we might be the only
Lafayette
might be the only team.
The only Lexington team standing after Thanksgiving. Here's Morgan, and he's going to be run out of bounds. And tracking him down there was Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper did a good job. Cooper went.
But why does he go out of bounds? Yeah. Stay in bounds.
I don't.
The clock is your friend right now.
That's a mistake. You know, a coach. That's one of those things a coach is going to talk to the kids about. You know, if you're not going to make the corner, just get down.
Keep that clock. The clock is your friend. It's your ally right now.
Yeah, these kids. You know,
you want that clock. Young. If that clock was running right now, it's down to about 5:45, something like that. Said it stopped because you go out of bounds. It stopped at 6:09.
Right. Yeah.
That's just a mental error. But you still have a 49-34 lead. I still like your chances if I'm a Lafayette fan. Walker Wood tucks it. Walker Wood down the far sideline. There's his dance. And, boy, Simon Kenton spells it. I thought Walker Wood's going to do one of those zigzags we saw Boyle County early in the year, Coach.
It's called those jump cuts. He has these little jump cuts that he does better than anybody I've seen this year in football. You know what? He reminds me a little bit of somebody a few years ago.
Yeah, but I think Walker Wood's got better character than that guy. Talking about Mr. Manziel?
Yeah. Much better character.
Trouble. Can't stay out of trouble, can he?
But he also reminds me of something back in the 90s, a guy that had those little jump cuts and running up skills.
Barry Sanders?
Well, I'm talking high school. All right, here we go.
5:35 to play. We got to keep you updated on that clock.
Another timeout. Lafayette's got a timeout.
Timeout. I don't know why that's twice they've stopped the clock. I don't understand it. 5:35 to play. Lafayette 49, Simon Kenton 34 here at Ishmael Stadium. And Lexington Catholic trailing Louisville Central 21-7. And Danville, we gave that one. Danville 34-21 leading LCA. So if Catholic and LCA both fall, Lafayette will be the only team standing next Thanksgiving. So if Lafayette, they'll be the only Lexington team standing because Catholic's down 2 scores in the 4th touchdown, 21-7 in the 4th quarter.
Listen to this stat, Gary. Listen to this stat. Lafayette, 317 yards rushing.
Yep.
Simon Kenton, 43 yards rushing.
Difference in the game.
Huge difference.
And look at the time of possession. 30 minutes and 49 seconds of possession for Lafayette. For Simon Kenton, 11 minutes and 30. You got a team that's had the ball 3 times as much as Simon Kenton, but yet when Simon Kenton's had it, they've been quick strike. They got 34 points on the board, but yet they trail Lafayette 49-34.
And again, thanks to RL Stats for this.
Oh, it was awesome.
Just amazing.
WL Stats, yeah.
WL Stats. We have this
Mike
monitor
Zuckerman
right in front of us. Mike
that helps us
Zuckerman.
keep up on all the numbers. Here's Morgan. He's already over 200 yards, and he adds to that. He's down close to the 29-yard line.
Their rushing yardage is out of sight right
well,
now.
and you know who they ran over that time? They ran over the right side of Jed Wills and Austin Miller over there, Coach, and Bischoff. But it was Wills who, as you said, over there, big number 73, headed to Alabama, opening things up on that right side. I'd run that way too.
Yeah, he's really tough at the point of attack. I've been watching him. He's planted. He probably has 4 what we used to call roach blocks, where the guy lays down with his feet up in the air. Like a dead roach.
Good job by Lafayette milking that clock right now down to 4:57 to play. Second down and short. Morgan, and he's got the first down, and he's down inside the 20 first down. So that's what I said, just ground and pound, run that clock. Simon Kenton will probably start calling some timeouts here because they're down 15 points, but 4:51 to go. Lafayette's just got to hold on to that football, Coach.
I just don't understand. Simon Kenton, they should be in an urgent mode right now. They should be attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the court, making him throw the football. Make him throw. But let's face it, Gary. 15 points is not that much.
Right.
You get an onside kick and score quickly.
Lafayette beat this team last year in this regional final, 42-28, but that was up at SK. There's Morgan. Boy, he's running great down to the 12-yard line to pick up of about 6. Clock continues to run, 4 minutes. And if you're Coach Marksberry over there, when do you start thinking about using those 3 timeouts you got, Coach?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether he thinks I don't know if he thinks he can stop them.
Approaching 4
might
minutes.
want to run a goal line defense, run a 6-5 look or something, play man on the receivers and just play 6-5 and just put pressure because the offensive line for Lafayette is just blowing them out.
Walkerwood with second down and 5. Morgan right up the gut. Morgan to 5. He's going to run in for the touchdown.
He ran under everybody. His body lean was amazing. His shoulders were 3 feet from the ground, and he just pushed underneath all the tacklers. Super job.
That puts Lafayette up 55-34 on the Cameron Morgan 12-yard TD run. And Morgan now 30 carries, 238 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Cameron Morgan, what a weapon he has become for the Lafayette Generals.
Well, now you look at this. Okay, you look at the next team they're going to play, whoever it is.
Scott County or Ryle. Scott County was up by a touchdown.
Not only worrying about Walker Wood now, not only worrying about that offensive line and those receivers.
The receivers,
yep. Now they got to worry about the running back.
You got Quentin Brown with 7 catches, nearly 100 yards tonight, number 8.
So you got a lot of things to defend.
A lot of weapons. 55-34. Here's Averitt with the extra point. Averitt's kick is up, and he has been perfect tonight. So 3:41 to play, and Lafayette 56, Simon Kenton 34 with 3:41 to go here in this contest. And, of course, next Friday night, looks like we'll be right back here at Lafayette as the Generals will take on there'll be audio broadcast only on Mixler, right? We'll be on Mixler next Friday night with the audio broadcast. Be back to our old radio days, Coach.
Yeah,
when we did all those games on WVLK radio.
Yeah, we can lie now. I mean, when we do radio, we can tell.
Yeah, nobody
fibs.
can see it.
Nobody can see it, so we can say there. They're running such and such a defense.
I don't have to be as
offense.
perfect in my play-by-play call, do I?
But we enjoy that too. We've always enjoyed radio. You and I got together. That's when I first started doing it, when we were doing radio broadcasts, and it was fun. It really is.
And we've been with PrepSpin now for a couple of years, and so next Friday night it'll be the audio Mixler broadcast. Lafayette will take on either Scott County or Ryle. They lead 55-34 with just 3:41 to play.
Dominating performance.
They really have. And Cameron Morgan, my goodness, what a player.
Yeah, he would be my player of the game tonight.
Yep. Although Walker Wood has thrown 2 touchdown passes and rushed for 3, 5 TDs for not a bad night for Mr. Wood either. The Paul Horning Award winner. Short kick off the hands of the Good Hands team. Scooped up, and let's see. Looks like SK, they were to get back on it. It was John Sargent there to get it.
We've seen some strange kicking games this year. You notice that? We haven't seen too many teams that kick deep or kick in the end zone like we have in the past. I don't know what, we don't have the kickers out here now or what, but you know, normally in the past we've had several teams in the city that would just kick the ball in the end zone, make the other team work 80 yards. Simon Kenton's going to spread the field again. They're out of this football game right now for sure, but they've got to figure out some way maybe to get a quick score. They're playing a lot for pride right now. There's another reverse flea flicker.
Pass from Scheer downfield, wide open receiver, touchdown. 10, taking it to the house is going to be Hayden.
A little flea flicker. Some of the Lafayette players just standing there staring at the bench like, what? How'd that happen? You see if that, oh boy, I'll tell you. Unless they can get an onside kick, they can't stop Lafayette. They've got to make these big plays, these trick plays, to try to score quickly, which is smart. You know, that's what they need to do.
I'm a little off on my prediction before the game tonight, aren't I, Coach?
You got it on the bottom end, but not on the top end.
I got it on the so far in Simon Kenton, but 56 for Lafayette, 40 for SK, but they just score. How long was that strike, Coach?
70 yards.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
So Hayden, listen to this. Fisher Hayden, 4 catches. Kick is up, and it is good. Listen to this number for Fisher Hayden. 4 catches, 208 yards, 3 touchdowns. So 3 of his catches have gone for scores, 208 yards.
208 yards receiving.
Receiving.
Vance has 127 yards receiving.
5 catches.
And take a look at your quarterbacks, what their passing yardage is.
Yeah, Racky 11 of 17, 258. Scheer 3 of 5, 108 in the score. 5 touchdown passes for Racky tonight, the quarterback for Simon Kenton, is going to Wofford.
Wofford's got, boy, I bet any coach from Wofford around here right now, he's grinning.
Well, they're probably watching it on PrepSpin. They're probably watching us, Coach.
Well, I know there was an assistant coach from Alabama here tonight looking at Jedrick. I talked to Jedrick's dad, a friend I knew from my years at Bryan Station, and he mentioned that there was going to be a coach here.
So Lexington Lafayette 56, Simon Kenton 41. Still 3:27 to play, Coach. You think we're going to have some more points put up before the night?
Who knows? Hey, let me tell you something. If Simon Kenton gets an onside kick, they're going to throw for the end zone.
Does this remind you of that Bryan Station game or what?
There were a lot of scoring in that.
That was 65 to 55.
Yeah, that was
onside kick, bounces high, and taken by Lafayette at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, Justin Sabry from the Pioneers, Simon Kenton, he tried desperately to get that football, but really good hands by the Lafayette guy.
So Lafayette will try to run as much of this 3:26 off the clock as they can on that recovery by Quentin Brown, who's had a big night tonight with 7 catches for 97 yards and a score, and also had that recovery there with that onside kick.
You think that there's a good chance that Mingy Beef Jerky is going to go to Coach Shaw tonight?
Yeah, Coach Shaw likes Mingy Beef Jerky, too. Thanks to Rafferty's Restaurants, too. Rafferty's Restaurants throughout the state of Kentucky. Rafferty's Restaurants. Get that open-faced prime rib. That's Coach Hall's special. You hear me say soup and a sandwich. That potato soup's pretty good, too. Check out Rafferty's Restaurants for all the great food there. And I had dinner there the other night after the Scholastic Ball Report that airs Sunday at 12:30, Coach, on the CW. Here's Morgan. Up to the 45, tripped up there. Remember, SK does have 3 timeouts left.
Right.
So they have 3 timeouts left. So 34-28, LCA just scored. How much? Minute 9. It's 34-28 Danville, Coach. Leading LCA. Another great one over there.
I'm telling you, those two teams just battle. Lafayette running that clock down.
Well, it's not running for some reason. Somebody call a timeout. I'm not sure what the officials are doing.
We have
here.
A penalty against Simon Kenton. I think it was.
So that'll be 15.
I'm not sure. It was. I think. Well, maybe
15 yards.
See, I thought it was a sideline warning. A second sideline warning is not a warning anymore. It's a penalty, but I'm not sure.
Simon Kenton, an outstanding football team, an outstanding football season. But I tell you what, Coach, what this tells me here tonight is with the emergence of Cameron Morgan, who has 242 yards tonight, the running back for Lafayette, and 2 scores, Lafayette's just added a huge dimension to their team.
Absolutely. They really have. And May have to work on their pass defense a little bit.
Exactly.
They're doing a little sleepy.
But
back
you know, if
there.
they play Scott County, they're not known for their passing over there in Georgetown.
No, but they get you with those fakes.
They can.
They throw that dang on ball off of these fakes that you never know are coming.
That'll be next Friday right here at Ishmael Stadium if Scott County holds on to beat. And Morgan is not going anywhere. Held up there. One of the big linemen, Courtney, drives him down.
That wasn't Morgan.
Was that Javarius?
Robinson.
Was that Javarius? Okay.
Yeah.
Ball head.
Yeah, I think they're making some subs in there now.
Yep. So Javarius, a ball carrier. Clock running, 2:19. I'm not sure what Simon Kenton. They've got 3 timeouts.
I know.
I guess 56-41. I guess they figured, we're down 15. But
still,
I think I would call one here.
I would call one. I would call all of them. I would do everything I could to try to win this football game. Miracles do happen.
Minute 58 to play. Clock running here. Second down along 10 for Walker Wood. Wood cuts it back, reverses it, and back inside about the 36-yard line.
Another penalty back here in the back. The referee, the white hat, threw the penalty way, way, way behind the play. Personal foul, Lafayette. See, well, I'm not going to say anything. That worries me. It just bothers me, and it always has bothered me. When you are ahead in a football game and you're going to advance to the next round in the playoffs, these penalties that are totally unnecessary that are going on behind the play, I don't understand it. I really don't.
Yep. I'm trying to get an update on the Lexington Catholic score as well. Last one we heard was Scott County led Ryle 34-28, Coach?
34-28.
So we'll try to get an update on that one because
that could go either way.
Yeah, the significance of that one is the winner of that game, Ryle Scott County, will play Lafayette right here next Friday night after Thanksgiving. And, Coach, that'll be the Final Four, and Simon Kenton does. Why do you wait a minute to call a timeout, Coach? I don't understand this time management. I don't understand it by either team, but why do you wait a minute to call a timeout? If you're going to call a timeout, just go ahead and call it, and then you still got almost 3 minutes to go in the game instead of a minute 48.
Well, I don't understand. I don't think that was a dead ball foul, so the clock wouldn't have started anyway,
True.
right, to the snap?
Yeah.
So why waste the timeout anyway?
Minute 48, Coach, and you've got some numbers there from the game as I try to get some more scores.
Yeah, we've got the numbers in this game are really a telltale situation. Let's look first at the team numbers. 14 first downs for Simon Kenton, 27 first downs for Lafayette. Rushes, 18 rushes for 43 yards for Simon Kenton. 57 rushes for 351 yards for Lafayette Generals. Passing, 366 yards passing for Simon Kenton, 176 for Lafayette. So Simon Kenton definitely dominated the passing statistics. And again, when we looked at the time of possession, 32 minutes and change for Lafayette, and 11 minutes and almost 12 minutes for Simon Kenton.
Looks like the Ryle Scott County game is going to go down to the wire too. Minute 48 here in this one. And goes up the middle, and let's see, still running, trying to find out who that is. That's going to be Morgan. That is Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan.
But he goes out of bounds again, or pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, well, still, I mean.
I just fall right. I don't let anybody push me out of bounds.
No, Gary, you're all into that staying in bounds tonight, buddy.
Well,
you're right though. I mean, you're absolutely right. You got to let your clock's your friend right now. You want it to run that bad boy. Simon Kenton is kind of giving up right now. You can just tell they're kind of down right now.
They've got 2 timeouts left though. Third down and long after that unsportsmanlike against the Generals.
They could get the ball back here.
If you're just tuning in, Gary Ball, Coach Mike Mee, and William Warfield. We have a minute 41 to go. Lexington Lafayette trying to go to the state semifinals against a very good Simon Kenton team. The Generals 56, the Pioneers 41, a minute 41, and Lafayette has the ball third and about 22 at their own 48-yard line. Walker Wood, Paul Horning Award winner, rolls to the left, being chased. Walker gets a block. He's at midfield. Wood down the far sideline and tackled hard there, and
78.
almost by at the 39-yard line. Big J.J. Courtney, yeah.
He has been hitting hard all night long. I mean, here's a big man. He's a big man playing defensive tackle, and he's tackling from sideline to sideline. He doesn't care.
That was almost a horse collar, though.
I threw him forward. He grabbed him around the shoulder pads.
Tackled him pretty high, but Walker Wood jumped right up like, is that all you got? He's a tough kid, isn't he?
He's a very tough kid. Very tough kid.
So they're going to let minute 22. That clock has stopped.
clock stopped because he was out of bounds.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he was tackled out of bounds. So 4th down. Lafayette getting the play from the Javarius Ballhead Robinson's in there now.
All right, Ballhead's in.
Ballhead's in there. Cameron Morgan's still in there. How about this game from Morgan? 250 yards on 32 carries, Coach. 2 touchdowns for Cameron Morgan, only a junior.
I love it. And again, being a junior, you talk about a future. Gosh.
Minute 30 to go in this one. That's all that stands in the way of Lafayette getting back to the state semifinals next Friday night. We'll have that game right here on Mixler. Coach Me and I with the audio Mixler broadcast. Fake now. Looking. Walker Wood pump fakes. Throws downfield. He's got a receiver, and a catch is made. Touchdown. Wide open was QB Quentin Brown. That is his 2nd touchdown catch tonight. Makes it 62-41 Lafayette.
That's amazing. That's one
that was a great pass.
Well, again, I don't know what to say.
We got 103 points scored in this game. 103 points.
I honestly, if we played another quarter, there'd be 103 more points.
Exactly. I agree. It's just nobody can stop anybody tonight defensively.
Yeah. Walker Wood threw a beautiful pass that time.
Yeah, Wood.
Again, they just bet their money on the run.
216 yards passing for Walker to go with 112 rushing, and that is his 3rd touchdown passing. He has 3 rushing. 6 touchdowns put Walker Wood up to 52 touchdowns passing and rushing on the season.
That's a pretty good night. I mean,
Here's
pretty
the
good night.
Averett kick up, good. So minute 23 to play. Lafayette, and there's a little bit of a fracas taking place down there on the field as extracurricular. Simon Kent doing a good job getting their player off the field. Minute 23 to go in this one. Lexington Lafayette 63, Simon Kenton 41. So Lafayette will be right back here at Ishmael Stadium next Friday night here on the audio Mixler broadcast here on PrepSpin. William Warfield, great job tonight as always, a king of stream. And William heading down to Florida. Where can we watch some of those games, William? ESPN 3. BD Global YouTube.
They're taking Coach Shaw to the locker room. There's something wrong with him.
Coach Shaw. Coach Zuckerman just told us Coach Shaw's headed to they took him to the locker room. Of course, Jenny Williams probably heading that way, the athletic trainer.
Well, that puts a damper on things.
Sure does.
Let's just say a little prayer. Hopefully Coach Shaw's okay.
They're taking him to the locker room for check him out or have usually there's a doctor on site, isn't there?
There always is. I'm sure he's well taken care of.
Here's the kick, drives
There's a
Vance
deep kick
back.
for a change.
Vance comes out to the 10. Vance, 15, and hemmed in right there and goes down at about the 16-yard line. So we'll try to update you on Coach Shaw as well. I hope it wasn't the Mingy beef jerky we were about to give him after the game. That's some good stuff. Maybe that'll cheer him up.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a lot of pressure and a lot of stress in these kind of football games, and hopefully he's okay.
We'll give him that Mingy beef jerky. That'll cheer him up.
Well, that'll wake him up. I'll tell you what.
So minute 15, Pioneers have it, but their season's going to end at 11-2, and Lafayette's going to go to 12-1 and take on. Looks like Scott County held on. It looked like, but I'll get a final on that as Coach does some whatever we do here with the minute 15 to go.
Right.
Before we get off the air, I'll get you a final on that Scott County. They were up 34-28, I believe. Pass knocked away by Brendan Lane.
Yeah, he got a hand on it. Rocky's had a good night now. We can't complain too much about him. He's
Okay, final. How about the Scott County 42, Ryle 40? That's a final.
Oh, boy.
42-40. I'm assuming that's a final.
That's a game.
Trying to get a final on Catholic and Louisville Central. Central was up last we heard, and Danville was up on Lexington Christian. So it looks like it's going to be Lafayette, Scott County. Coach, you called it a rematch next Friday night.
Yeah, it was meant to be. They never finished the first game. They're going to finish this one.
Deep pass and almost intercepted, broken up.
Yeah, there were at least 6 hands on that ball.
Hoss Alexander heading out. Worked with him with the Horsemen. Minute 5, broke it up. That was right in Jackson's. He does have a pick earlier. He has 1 interception, but that should have been his second.
Yeah, that ball was thrown pretty far, but he's got a wind going against him now, and that ball blew down a little bit. So they're 3rd and 10. Hopefully, if they don't get a first down here, 4th down, this game will be over.
Well, it's over anyway, Coach. 63-41, a minute to go. Handoff up the middle. running hard up to the 25. First down. Got the first down of the 26. That's going to be John Sargent, the heir apparent to Dylan Hampton, the running back. Sargent, a sophomore. Clock running 56 seconds, 54. And Lafayette's going to move on to take on Scott County.
That'll be a good
next
game.
Next Friday night. Coach and I'll be here for the Mixler audio broadcast.
No love lost between those two teams.
No, not at all. Not at all. And toss in a play, and they toss it out there to Sargent again, and he's dropped immediately. And 35 seconds. Coach Marksberry is saying, well, we're down 3 touchdowns. No sense stopping the clock. 30 seconds.
Right. They were in it there for a while, but again, a couple big plays that the picking up the onside kick and running back for a touchdown was a big difference in this game, I think. Momentum switch.
Stepping up, Racky down to 15, throws it up, and it's going to be
out of bounds, right?
Is it picked off? And it might have been picked off. Yeah, we're waiting to see. Yeah, Lafayette player looked like he picked it off. Yeah, it was intercepted.
Yeah, we couldn't see it. It's right on the sideline.
Yeah, it was on the sideline, but it looked like it was picked off by Cooper. And it was Cooper who got it, so with 11 seconds, they can just take the victory formation. We'll try to check on Coach Shaw, too, and make sure he's okay. Said Coach Shaw went to the locker room being attended by the training crew here at Lafayette. So Lafayette's going to go to 12-1. They will take on Scott County right here next Friday night in the state semifinals. The winner of that. And I think I heard where St. X actually upended Mail tonight.
That surprises me.
It surprises me,
too.
That
really surprises me.
So,
we saw St. X earlier this season.
Be Trinity and St. X next Friday night. That'll be at Trinity. And here it'll be Lafayette and Scott County. Those 4 teams, 2 of those. The winner of Scott County and Walkerwood takes a knee, and it's all over. And Lafayette wins it going away. The final score, Lexington Lafayette 63 and Simon Kenton 41 here. We'll take a break. LCA was defeated by Danville tonight. We'll try to get a final. Let's take a break so when we come back, try to get some of these finals. We know Scott County beat Ryle 42-40, so it'll be Lafayette and Scott County next Friday night right here on the PrepSpin Mixler audio broadcast. We'll come back, and here's the final was Danville 34, LCA 28. That's a final. And Lex Cath is a final as well, so they lost, yeah. So the only team standing is Lafayette right now, Lafayette and Scott County. They'll play right next Friday night right here at Lafayette. We'll come back after this, give you final numbers, and wrap things up. 63-41, Lafayette over Simon Kenton.
When you're not happy with your smile, you feel down. When you feel down, you stay in bed. When you stay in bed, you miss deadlines. When you miss deadlines, a lot of kids are upset. Don't upset a lot of kids. Love your smile. Call White, Greer, and Maggard today.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
Okay, and 30-7, Louisville Central beat Catholic. So Louisville Central impressive as they looked really good tonight, and Lexington Christian fell to Danville. Lafayette looked impressive here tonight, 63-41. We'll take on Scott County next Friday night in the state semifinals, and Coach, you and I'll be here for the PrepSpin Mixler audio broadcast.
I think that'll be a good one, Gary.
Yeah, Scott County. That'll be another good one right here at Ishmael Stadium. Lafayette 12-1. Their only loss to Trinity. Scott County 12-1. Their only loss. No, they lost 2 games. Yeah, Scott County lost 2 games this year. So they're 11-2. So it'll be Lafayette, Scott County next Friday night right here on PrepSpin Mixler audio broadcast here at Ishmael Stadium. Coach Meehan, great job. Look, have a great Thanksgiving with you and the Meehan family, and we'll see you next Friday right here at Ishmael Stadium.
All right, and same to you, Gary. Have a really good Thanksgiving and be careful. And William Moorfield, same to him. Be careful on your trip to Florida. He's got a big job ahead of him.
He's going to be doing 24 college basketball games on ESPN3 and BD Global YouTube.
Jeez.
This is Gary Ball for Coach Mike Meehan and William Moorfield, our producer. Final score, Lexington Lafayette 63, Simon Kenton 41. Until next Friday night with the big game between Scott County and Lafayette at 7:30 on Mixler Audio. For William Moorfield, Mike Meehan, Gary Ball saying have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Have a great Thanksgiving. See you next Friday.